Good man.
Gotta get those levels right.
I'm a sick man. I go out. I don't even
here we go.
Man Swoo.
Oh, fuck, blew it. Ready?
Man Swoo. Man Swoo.
This time. Third time lucky. Go.
Man Swoo.
And we're live.
Microphone check.
Yeah, you won't hear anything, but hey, how's it?
Good.
Good. We've got 2 mics, 3 dicks. 3 dicks, 2 mics. This is going to be fun. Microphone's got to get up there. Will Ferrell. Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
And the old microphone goes down.
Rest the cunt on the chin. Yeah, get too relaxed. She might just fucking go.
Yeah, it'll drop out. Hey, so here we are, Man Swoo, episode 50.
Yeah, and like we fucked up the microphone, so yeah, sorry about that. But we're in Wellesley's boat. Welcome, Wellesley. This is our 50th episode.
Yep.
So we thought we could have the most mercurial booger in New Zealand history. Would it be controversial?
I don't even know what that means. Yeah, I'm definitely polarizing.
Polarizing?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. Go on, fill us in what mercurial means.
Mercurial. It's sort of like I can't give you the full on definition.
Yeah.
No, but like it's sort of like, stands out. Yeah.
Okay.
And not just because you're tall timber, but also, like a real character, sort of a person that people gravitate towards. Wellesley. That's how it's at.
Look at that.
Or gravitate away from, too.
That's a bit more like it. Yeah, I'm feeling that one.
Here we go. We're into it. So we're going to talk some shit. You've got a notebook, which is weird. He's been taking notes for a while. He wants to probably, clear the air and do some facts.
I'm one for facts and figures and having, things straight. Robbo can identify with that. I heard him
Elephant brain
on a couple of things and I now,
Are you going to do it right now? Are you going to do it now? Are you going to jump into it?
You reckon?
Or should we? I reckon we save it.
Yeah, save
I
it.
thought-
Save it. There's a few things in there.
Yeah. Why don't we just do the old cheesy origin story?
Yeah.
Because this is a
All right.
bodyboarding centric
Park that
podcast.
up. Yeah, we'll kick off with it.
Yeah, but we could also like splice in have a little break from the origin story, because I'm quite keen, because I think some of these could be quite good hot topics. Why don't we just start with one?
Oh.
Maybe just start with one that he really wants to get off his chest.
I don't know. But there's not. None of these are like off the chest sort of numbers. Oh, there is one actually. I'll say fuck you two for saying my style sucks. Right, and one of these potties back there, you two are some off-brand looking motherfuckers. Like you rocking your own merch, you looking like you fucking like I've come round at like 8 o'clock at night. Fucking can't say. Got no style. Saying, oh, Wellesley used to have a style. That cunt's fucking dresses like shit. He looks like shit.
I remember that.
Here's one for the fucking crew. Who is the best looking cunt in this boat?
Me.
Wait a minute.
Me.
Who's the best looking cunt in the
No, let me jump. Let me just back and forth. Because I remember we were roasting Wellesley because you went through a phase, man. Can you admit that you went through a fucking heinous emo phase?
I did, but you.
But
the
what?
roast
That was
wasn't
haggard.
about my emo phase. It was about how I look like shit now, and I look better in the
Yeah,
emo
no,
phase.
I
The
said,
fucking roast was he had a style, and now the cunt's a fucking
oh,
wrong
Dad.
fucking dude.
Oh, Dad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fucking
I
fucking
enjoyed
pronounce
the
it.
emo phase. I loved it. The mullet.
Well, you're an agreeable dude because Jolza was saying, yeah, the fucking the emo. Look, that phase is fucking forgotten. Fuck, mate.
I'd love to see a photo. Imagine that.
Get loads. I got a
Yeah,
ton.
I remember you had the mad emo fringe that used to swoop down.
Fringe,
super
had the
tight black
fucking
jeans.
acid wash, like
Yeah.
gay wee fucking up band. and
That
shit.
was a fucking
Gay,
vibe.
Can't say that. I like
You're right.
all types. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
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 It's unfiltered, this one.
So, yeah.
Unfiltered.
Connotations completely different. I'm
That's a
all for
great start.
homoerotic
That's a
stuff,
great
right?
start.
Like, love it.
Okay,
Love it.
so you're basically you're
Any-
pushing
any-
back.
Any leaning.
You're pushing back and saying, "I've still got style."
Well, I'm just like, it doesn't suck, like it's not, I'm not saying I'm a high fashion fucking dude, but like it's not as bad as you cunts made out. Like, You know, if you hadn't seen me and you weren't on my fucking gram or something, you'd be thinking, oh, yeah, this is fucking some blowout cunt.
No, you look
walking
good.
around in trackies.
You look good.
Thank you.
You look
I'll
good,
take
Wellsy.
that. Take that.
Yeah,
I'll take
no, you
that.
do.
So that's the only one that was like an off the chest sort of number.
Yeah, yeah.
The rest of them are all just like, hey, you haven't touched on this or fucking haven't been over that.
Little facts.
I was saying to fucking Hodjo before, we've got to drag up Cody in this. He's one that hasn't been touched on at all.
No, we haven't talked
And
about
he is by
codes.
far the most core boog in NZ. And I'm saying that. Fucking all you cunts out there, get in the comments, fucking rock up, say, oh no, this cunt, he fucking did that.
Well, who
Fuck
is
off.
Cody? Who
You
is
don't-
Cody then?
Exactly. You don't even fucking know Cody.
No, I'm saying asking on behalf of the people that don't know him. You know,
Cody
who is he?
Cody's a booger that I don't even know where the fuck he is now.
Yeah,
But he was in Wairoa. He was in Dunedin when I was down there.
is he in
and
Wairoa just recently?
he fucking moved to Wairoa and he was going to go to the UK with
That's
his
the
missus or
spot.
something. But like, fuck knows where he came from. He turned up in Dunedin and he was a core lord. Like fucking dinners, 6 foot, paddle out in the dark. Like you'd rock up and you go, fuck, that's a bit touch and go. Oh, you go out, you go. And then the sun would come up and you go, I was already coming out there. It's Cody. Oh, you know, like the guy's fucking paddled out in the dark.
That
and
is
just-
spooky.
he's a fucking lord, mate. And he
Wow.
isn't doing it for anything other than his own
love.
fucking kicks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, and the missions. I was
Yeah.
saying, oh, Joe, I went, we used to look local, right? Like we're going a weekend. I had this thing where I'd work hard during the week and every weekend, the same shit that Paulus went through, Ryan went to. I'm always after a fucking host to keep me fucking, you know, on the go during the journey. And anyway, like I'd look local and then I'd look wider and I'd just keep looking wider until I'm getting pitted on my weekend. And like one time we rocked up at fucking Serps, like we'd driven 8-9 hours to get to a 3-foot beachy to get pipes and get, you know, I was trying to
Sips and Grandma.
sabotage.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
I'm trying to find cunts to fucking get on this mission with me. And like,
Oh, what? So you went where first?
no, we went to Serpentine. We drove from Dunedin to
Dunedin. Oh, that's when you're
Serpentine.
living in Dunedin.
Yeah, drove from Duds to Serps to get a
Oh
wave.
my
And like,
God, that's crazy.
down in Duds, you can't find cunts to go to the Catlins, which is like 2 hours away,
Yeah.
you know. And then
Yeah.
Cody came along and was like, thank fuck, you know, like here's a guy who
And did
fucking-
you do missions with him personally, or no? You just meet him?
No, all the time.
Yeah. Oh,
No,
cool.
no.
Yeah.
I'd say, come jump in, we're off.
Yeah,
and
cool.
it'd be all about that life. Yeah.
Crazy, because I did forget about him. Eh? He's one of those like
Everyone forgets about him. I forgot
ghosty,
about him until we were chatting about
like
the
a
fucking
ghosty fucking character.
dude. He's mysterious. He's
Crazy.
fucking completely insular. Fucking like, if you're not drawing the conversation out of it, he keeps you interested. He keeps you interested, you know, like
What's he like as a human? Like, is he got good chat? Yeah.
he's really deep thinking. He's very quiet and
Mhm.
mild mannered, but there's a fucking lot going on there. He understands a lot. He's very
Mm.
intelligent. He's got very good, valid opinions
Mm.
on everything, but you got to draw it out of him.
Yeah.
It's like a fucking-
And so he was living in Dunedin, and he'd always be that misto guy, just rocking up everywhere. And then
Yeah.
you befriended him and took him on missions, and you don't know his backstory, you don't know where he come from.
nah,
Yeah,
don't know much about that. No,
that's crazy.
no, we just sort of fell in that rut. Like
Yeah.
there's a bunch of people that surf regular, and then there's a bunch of these people that like are willing to really blow 2 days straight looking for waves every weekend, you know, and that's actually quite rare. Like you wouldn't know about it, Jolan, because you wouldn't go more than 5 fucking minutes to find a wave. But
This is true.
you know, like Hodjo would know a little bit via Catlin's missions, and like Rhino gets it, Paulus gets it. You know,
I
they're like,
travelled to fucking Kororo, bro. What are you on about?
you don't get it, right? Like there's people who know what it's like to go, okay, this weekend the key objective's getting waves. I don't give a fuck if it takes me.
You don't have to
48
travel far because we've got fucking Blakos will be back doors. Yeah, but it's boring, mate.
It's called a comfort zone. Right, now let's get on to something else, eh?
Yeah. So, origin story. So, Wellsy, let's start. Where did you grow up, brother?
I grew up, well, I was born here in Christchurch. Then Littleton, my parents were over there. My old man was a wharfie. Don't know what my fucking mum was up to at that point in time. Probably just stay-at-home mum. My granddad was on the wharf. Old man was on the wharf. We fucked off to Perth. At that point in time, you could get a benefit as a Kiwi in Aussie. So my old
Right.
man was on the benefit and working for cash and just doubling down. Pulling that one, lived there till I was 5. I think school starts at 6 in Aussie. So I was a year later than here, or at that point it was. Moved back here to Mount Pleasant, was up there from 6 till 9 and then moved down to the beach because every weekend we're going down the beach. My old man's a goat boater.
Sick.
Yeah, he was hard on the goat boat every weekend and dragging us along. And I got into booging and we were just down at the beach all the time. So we moved from Mount Pleasant to South Brighton.
Did anybody get you into it, Wowsy, bogging, or did you just find it yourself? Or
So that is a real mystery to me. I can't put my finger on it. I know I enjoyed being at the beach. I can't say, hey, I saw this or someone gave me that, but I know I really wanted a bodyboard. Like I might have trialed a few things and I really wanted a boog. And then I remember my olds getting me a Scott Crystal for my fucking birthday.
That was going to be my first
And
question.
So
Yeah.
the first boog, and it was one that went down and tapered in at the end. So it was like fucking cut in.
Yeah.
Like it might have been 25 wide and it went to 21, like just went whoop. And it had fucking FCS, bro, like, but not actual FCS. It was like leash plugs that you fucking screw a fit into or some shit, like a light bulb.
What the hell?
Fucking, mate, it was Scott Crystal, and I was just like, oh, it's a Scott. And who was that cunt? Matt.
did it have a?
No, Matt. He was like the fucking Scott guy.
Yeah, based here in Christchurch.
Waimea, yeah, and he's all
California,
California.
Matt. What's his name? The old school guy.
Don't know.
He's got that amazing shot of the wedge, that massive double up closeout wedge in California.
Yep.
Newport. What is it? What's his name?
I don't know his name, but Matt and the Waimea shot was on the front of every fucking Scott.
Chad Barber.
No, fuck off. No, mate. No. No, we're talking Matt, and his last name starts with S. I'm sure of it. Matt.
Right.
Nah, gone. But anyway,
Did it have a slick?
nah. This thing was open cell foam on the bottom, like fucking. It doubled in weight once it touched the water. You know, you go clean your bench with the gun afterwards. Like it was fucking a piece.
So
it was a
first board, Scott Crystal,
and grew out of that quick. So once I got the Scott Crystal, I was hard at it, like just going.
And who was your initial crew?
No one, because
solo.
Yeah, I love it that much. I love the beach. I love the water. I love the sort of escapism type shit. Not that I had a hard life. It's fucking good life. I just like that.
And how long were you in Perth?
6 years.
Oh,
I sort of
shit.
moved over
Yeah,
there like a year old and then came back
yeah.
at 5. But
Gotcha.
whatever, like no, might have been a beach life there. Can't remember it. My only memories of Perth are rolling around in Dad's 73 Kingswood wagon, wind down back window.
I love that.
No seat belts, and we had
that.
a street with a hump in it, and the cunt would go like 70 and hit it and would all get air. Me, the dog, and like mum, and everyone's bouncing around and like with the window down at the back, just the bomb, you know.
I love
like,
that shit.
That was my only memory of Perth. And getting nude and rude with the neighbours.
As you're a kid.
Like, playing doctors and nurses, that sort of shit. That's what
I used to call it Rudy's back in the day.
Yeah.
Rudy's.
Fuck, mate. That's like
Sex involved?
There may have been sex involved.
Yeah.
That's a Patreon episode, that one.
Yeah. But so that's my only memories of Perth. But
So back to Scott Crystal.
Yeah, Scott Crystal.
How old were you when you got it?
So moved down here at 9. I must have got it on my 10th birthday.
Oh, Jesus.
Or could have been at my 9th birthday. Don't know.
You've been bodyboarding for that long and you're still average.
Fuck you.
Moved down to Marine Parade.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so then obviously just naturally going to school, you met like your crew here.
So this could be a leg in too. So when I rocked up at school, I fucking identified straight away Liam Shapcott. Walked out, first fucking day there. And was like, that's my man. That's my kind of guy.
Yeah.
I vibe with this dude. Got chatting more and more. So he might have legged me into booging. I can't say hand on heart, but
He did me.
if he was into it, then I would have been into it. Either. It was that kind of relationship where like I met the guy. Within 2 weeks of knowing him, I got the same haircut as him, and I was getting fashion tips off him, and like we're just like copying the guy. Like he was influencing me massively.
Yeah.
And so like we were on that. His old man, don't get me started on Liam, like could go on. His old man was like, he worked for a company doing electronics for traffic lights, and he had this fucking shed with every tool under the sun, and they would just make anything and everything. And Liam could fucking make anything and everything, and just the creativity and tradesman, craftsman shit coming out of that family from a young age through the roof, mate. Through the roof. Like,
It really would. Like we were just talking about Leroy. Like Like I met Leroy probably 10 years later, right? Like, and I looked up to him,
Yeah.
still do.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I've like, and he was like the style guru
Oh,
back then, and I'm not surprised to hear it
He's-
fucking primary school.
he's like, he
Yeah.
was a style guru there. He's like your
Yeah.
Spencer Skipper type guy, like
Yeah.
just effortless bloke. But
Mm.
you get him on the potty, you probably get fuck all out of him. He's real understated, like he'll
Yeah.
play it down hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, hugely influential.
That was cool. Was
and
little
presence.
DK pic he put on
Yeah,
Facebook.
recently for the Churchill comp. Yeah,
That was cool.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
cool.
yeah.
He was replying back to everyone too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like effortlessly, like just one on Leroy, like effortlessly, like not insecure. Like you could tell that he just had a good security in himself. And it's just, you know what I mean? Like it's sort of pervaded through his whole life, like just the way he carries himself and stuff. And like I think we'd love to get him on the potty, but yeah, like you say, it'd be hard because he's so understated. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, get on there, Leroy.
yeah,
Come
shout
on
out Leroy.
home, boy.
Miss you, mate. Miss you.
Usually, people come home after a couple of kids, mate. Where are you?
Exactly. Well, Smitty still hasn't come back, or Frank.
yeah,
Frank,
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Keep
Frank.
on my way. Yeah, yeah.
Boy, he's
Uh,
still doing the fucking classic Frank things, and because Frank came back recently,
Yeah.
and like I had one surf with him, and it was just a fun little 2-foot shory day.
Yeah.
And like he just caught a wave, me paddling back out, and then I'm just about to paddle for a wave, and he's like, "Yup, yup," just still giving me
One,
shit.
yeah.
Like he will never stop. When we're 90 bodyboarding, he'll be like,
Yeah.
"Yep, I'm next, kills."
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, cool. So let's keep going through the old the grommet
so,
days.
Yeah, so potentially Liam was Mulligan, unawares. But what I do remember the first time that I saw actual bodyboarding, like not boogie boarding, the shit I was seeing at the beach, you know, was my mum got me the 1995 Riptide photo annual. Teal Nippard on the cover, like A3 size, fucking massive. And the shit that was in there blew my cone because I'd been booging and I hadn't had much to look to and say that's proper booging.
Oh, so you hadn't seen like any of the
Hadn't seen
media?
shit. Hadn't seen shit. I just like being in the salt and like doing shit. You know, I needed to be occupied, and there was a little social element, like maybe seeing people out in the surf that I could be friends with. I don't fucking remember the attraction, but I remember being like hugely attracted to the beach. And like, so I was doing that because I wasn't surfing with Liam. That's the thing. He was, yeah, I wasn't going, hey, come over, we'll go for a surf. I was out there, but then through that, I met a bunch of Liam's mates. That'll come in the next bit. But so I was out there by myself every day, just fucking get home, go do that shit. Keep in mind, there's no fucking Game Boys, Nintendos, no fucking social media. So I guess it was just keep me occupied.
Yeah.
So I was out there. Mum got me this photo annual was like, you really like bodyboarding? I found this at the fucking bookshop. Or
No
whatever it is. And
way.
I had a look and I went, fuck.
And then you're like, what the fuck is this?
Why aren't these guys, why have they got fucking not both hands on the nose? Why are they going sideways? What the fuck? Just like cone blown. Like,
Yeah. Yes.
and like in there, it was like Sevo's fucking first picks from Chopu, like the OG Chopu session. He's
Him and
sitting
Stuart.
there. It was just Sevo and
just
this thing,
him,
double
yeah.
page. He's just sitting there, the perfect. And I just remember I remember that shit like fucking opening my noggin, like, whoa, okay, all right, this is fuck. If I'm doing this, I need to be fucking doing that.
Yeah.
So that got me pumped. And at about that same time, I started seeing these guys that aren't, you know, they're no longer, they never were really in the book scene that we speak of, but
on the
there's got-
periffs.
yeah, there's got Mark Prince, local legends, right? So there's got Mark Prince, yeah, Biff, James Smith, Liam was with that crew, and Cameron Sinclair was actually like one of the top guys, and he was one for holding people under him, but he was the kind of guy, like there was a whole crew. And I drifted down the beach far enough to surf in there. A little click one day, like might have just happened that I drifted down and they came out, and I was like, oh, fuck, here we go, some more bugs.
Cool.
Mates with them, game on. That leveled it up. They were all trimming and doing Rolos and ARSs and drop knee and all sorts of shit. And I was like, okay, fuck, got to lift the bar. And there's a theme over time that I'll probably be less good until I see someone better, and I'm like, okay, right, I'm going to fucking level up. And like in the Riptide, level up.
Have you always been competitive then?
Highly competitive.
Yeah.
but I
Why is
didn't-
that?
I didn't know.
Upbringing or just innate?
Fuck, who knows? Who fucking knows?
Yeah.
My old man don't know if he was super competitive.
Yeah, did he play like, backyard sports and like competitive that way or no?
No, not really. My granddad might have been a bit competitive
Yeah.
on the he coached Canterbury League and stuff, and
because we'll talk about that soon too. Because
boxer and all that sort of shit.
all
But
the
yeah,
comps you win in.
yeah, my old man.
Oh, he's a boxer. Your granddad was a boxer.
Yep.
Oh, cool.
Yep. But old man, he was just out there doing a thing. He's a legend. Like you guys know.
I've met him, yeah,
my man. He's
yeah,
fucking soul of the earth. But
he's awesome.
yeah. As for competing, no, pretty chill dude.
Yeah.
So I think that actually comes more from my mum's side. But
Yeah, true.
probably more neuroses and anxiety and all sorts of other weird shit underneath that. Other than keeping up with the Joneses. There's a whole lot to it, but it's distilled to competitive nature. So. So
then after you'd sort of started to socialize with other bugs and you saw the photo annual or whatever it was,
so
yeah.
And I'd seen a bar, right? And I was like, okay, so this is the bar, got to hit that bar.
Because are you 2 years younger than me or what?
I'm 40, mate. How old are you?
Yeah, 43, so 3 years younger than me. So you would have been 12 when that 95 mag come out. And he'd already been bodyboarding for 2 years when he was 10. Crazy. It's an early start. That's cool. I was a late bloomer. I was 15, no?
Yeah. Well, that was like, it wasn't real bodyboarding until I would say I met these guys. So it was about 12. I saw these other dudes and I remember it because it was my second form year and all these blokes like your Cam Sinclairs, your bloody Muffins, Mark Prince and Biff and that, they were all going to Boys High and Liam. Yeah. And they were like, you got to go to Boys High. And I was like, I'm out of area and you got to, or like their old man had been there or some shit. They all had a fucking cakewalk. I had to go for the interview and the whole hoodaki. I'm fucking on the spectrum, ADHD, but just like certain things I can kick ass, certain things I can't. I'm not good at like the written learning and open forum learning and all that sort of shit, but I can pick up on, like this happened, someone did that. I can pick up on themes. And,
you're like a real kinetic learner, right?
Yeah, I can assimilate to something pretty quickly. And so I went into this like my first formal thing ever. Like you're a kid at primary school, especially the school down the road, South Brighton here. Like you didn't fucking really. The program was wishy washy, do whatever you fucking want. Yeah, it was kind of cool. But anyway, so go to Boys High, like highly structured. Like I just felt fucked walking in the gate, and then went through the interview and they were like asking me what I could do, like trying to get me to puff myself up. And I was like, oh, I'm not about this. And then they asked me how I considered myself academically. And I said, what does that mean? Fail.
Yeah.
Just
it's brutal back in those days, eh? Like, yeah. So you went to Shirley.
I went to Shirley.
Yeah.
Everyone wanted to go to Boys High and they're just like, nah, fuck this guy. He's fucking regular Joe. He's not coming here.
Shirley was good though.
I rate that. So like, looking back on it, I wouldn't go to fucking Boys High for Nick's. I would have been on the darts and like, there's this cunt Cam who was the ringleader of the boys that I was booging with. He was, so they skated in winter, surfed in summer. Cam was like a fucking psychopath. Like he was the ringleader. He was like, this is what you do, boys. Fucking cunt flat out said to me, if you're not fucking skating in winter, because I started skating with them in Victoria Square with all these fucking motherfuckers. Like it was a fucking bogus zone. And like
dog world over there.
Darts. You had to fucking ollie the stairs or fucking die. Like
initiation.
It was heavy. Like the vibe was similar to the boog vibe of that tension era. Like you got to go hard or you're fucking out.
Yeah.
And but it was concrete and it was hard shit. And I was fucking getting my hips grazed up and I was bogging still and I was getting sea ulcers on my hips, like all sorts from just stacking it. And these guys were like, they're pissing up hard and they're just like, I'm like, well, I'm not about that life. The fucking icons that were coming through were like kind of straight living. And I'm like, you guys are fucking mongrels. I'm not into that. So
you stuck to the boog.
I stuck to the boog and I lost my friend group. No shit. It was like either boog or you fucking skate. And if you don't skate, you're out. And no shit, Cam fucking wingled all these fags into fucking kicking me out of the group. And
peer pressured everyone out.
Yeah.
So you're on the outer.
He made an example of me because I fucking bucked back. And so fuck them. So then, like, I love you guys. Like Muff, all that, love you guys. But Muff knows especially Cam Sinclair was a fucking sack, mate. and where is the cunt now? That fucking game of life, mate. Game of fucking life, eh? Where are you fucking?
Love
it. Anyway, we tried to bring that cunt out of the woodwork years later, but in Blaketown actually.
Oh,
Robbo's Lounge, trying to fucking make a 3-way happen. Like big chat on that.
There's plenty of chats on that.
Robbo's Lounge was the fucking place, mate.
Oh yeah. Oh
yeah,
my
you
God.
pissed on his mum. Fucking that. I was so stoked Robbo dragged that up because I was like,
Yeah,
fuck,
yeah.
that was on my list, you know. Like, and then Robbo brung it out of the depths. I was like, yes, my boy.
Of course, that story was always going to come up when I interviewed him. Eh?
So fucking good.
Oh,
I
man.
thought he would have just fucking brushed it, but nah, all good. Yeah, yeah. So anyway, like, I was out run to Nick Selby, and he was a surfer, as mad as a cut snake, and he was one
He's
for.
still doing it.
He's in
I
the
know that
Goldie.
name,
He's a
eh?
landscaper.
I-
He's
oh.
mad. He's fucking
I
mad.
know
Like,
that name.
born again Christian parents. As
Mhm.
part of the Christian surfers, I jumped into that for a bit just because it was like a
Crew.
a social circle for me.
Yeah.
You know, bit of competition, shit like that.
Mm.
And in the Christian surfers, a very small pond. I was on top. I fucking loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so I did that for a bit with him. Fox, it's fucking. I won't go into that bloke in case he listens. But
Yeah.
homophobic and a lot of stuff going on there, but challenging bloke to be around. So
Yeah.
I tapped out of that circle about 2-3 years later, and in high school, run into Brett Mather, and that was the
yeah.
start of that era. So like he was my first boy, you know, like
Cool.
surfing together all the fucking time. On that, he was actually better than me in high school. Just had a natural style. Looked the business. Is booking. Yeah, is booking. So he was like you know, like I remember at the time thinking, yeah, you look like either Matt Riley or Tully Beaver, just like a ripper.
Mm.
And that they were the guys at the time. And I was
Yeah.
like, I'm just looking like some fucking gangly cunt. Like he had the physique too, like the way your body looked at a young age kind of made you surf a certain way too. It
It's
made you look
true.
away.
It's true.
I had this fucking weasel piss streak physique and I looked fucked. He like big boxy square, had a good shaped head. His posture was good. His head's always in the center. His shoulders are square and like, oh, fuck, you look like you're ripping. Fuck it. You know, just trimming. He looked better than me. So
You know, that's always blew me away about you as well. Is like you've thought so analytically about booging,
Yeah.
like always.
I'm
And
an
like-
analytical thinker. That's why
Yeah.
I'm good at the job I do now.
Yeah, but
I
like,
can't help myself.
but the way that you boog is like I can tell it's real analytical. You're really thinking about where your elbow is, your head, your shoulders, absolutely everything, and it's like. And it comes together in a really nice style, especially when it's heavy.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you
Yeah.
can see like you're really in control. And whereas I like until I like sort of met you, got to know you, I was just doing like just natural. And the problem with our crew was like we were all kooks at the same level. We knew how to get barreled, just rolls, spins, shit like that. But we didn't think analytically about anything. It was just go out and get barreled.
On that, I remember because you grow up with your own natural style, and you look at other people and you try and imitate them.
You do,
or
yeah.
mimic them because you know that that's a good rider.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until Ads McLean said to me one day out at Blaketown, this would have been just maybe a year or two after I moved back, like 2006 maybe, and he was like, "You're trying too hard," and I was like, "Because I was trying." I remember I was like trying to bottom turn, like I was really trying too hard, and he was like, "Oh, you're trying too hard on your bottom turns." And I was like, "Oh," so then it was just naturally okay, release it a bit, just sort of relax, and just it was a good little tip. It takes that one person to fucking say something, you know.
Yeah. Well, and
still sucked
it comes more natural to some people than others, right? Like it was always a hard journey for me, but that on that analytical thing, it's got its pros and cons. Like it might have got me to some specific points and booging, but fuck, it weighs on you more than it gives you, you know, like you're constantly thinking
especially
about where you're lacking,
especially later down the track when you know you started getting photos and videos and then you look at yourself and you're like, oh, that was terrible, or whatever,
you can eat yourself something chronic, like unless you're having successes, those fucking little bits will just eat you, and like no one can say anything. You'll just see something and compare it to other shit you've seen, and this is the social media debacle, you know. You fucking look online and someone else is having a better life. You know, I'm so fucking glad I grew up without that shit.
Same.
I'm arrogant enough to go, fuck it, I'm me, and you can the world can turn, right?
Yeah, like our kids are teenagers, and you know they're just on TikTok all day, and they're seeing the best parts of life.
It's a fucking lesson in inadequacy. You'll just look at that shit and go,
because and then sometimes you'll see a post and someone's actually like laying their heart on the line, and it's like. You make notice of it. You're like, fuck, this is heavy. You know, like someone's actually talking about mental health or whatever, and And it's like, fuck, it's good to see that, you know, like someone's actually, it's not all just, hey, I'm in Bali. And
yeah, well, the funny thing about algorithms and shit is on TikTok, you look for one of those, you'll see 20 of them and you'll be desensitized in 5 fucking minutes.
Yeah.
Be careful what you wish for, man. Like some of this shit can fuck off.
I'm not on TikTok. I'm too old for that shit. Instagram, that's
You
it.
to me the other day. I'm on TikTok hard. I fucking
TikTok.
get both vids only on TikTok, But yeah, like either way, like I limit that shit and actual adventures and outdoor shit comes first.
Yeah, that's right.
But when I'm fucking nighttime, I want to have a cruise and see who's doing what.
Yeah.
All day.
So yes, I want to know, like, because you got into high school and it was like Paulus.
Yeah. So we got the Brett Mather era. We go from him. He started, excelling in. He was originally a league guy, and that wasn't cool enough, and or fucking like maybe his old man was like, "You got to go rugby, mate. We're the fucking rugby nation. You got to fucking rugby." So he fucked off to rugby. And I remember the chats. He'd be like, "Oh yeah, fucking rugby's fucking gay." He went and cleaned up there because I was in league too. I was in Linwood League, and my old man was all about it. I was in the Kias, bro. Played for Canterbury. Canterbury under 13. That was me, mate. Like, and I was second row, mate.
Yeah.
Not a hooker. I'm not on the fucking wing, mate. I'm fucking fall over if I go too fast. Yeah. Anyway, like fucking did that for a bit, but what blew me out of the fucking league was like I just had toxic, male, arrogant, fucking like big footy boys. I'm gonna because I was 6 foot, whatever. They're like, I'm gonna fuck you up, you fucking tall pine. Tall poppy, Kiwi tall poppy shit. Just fucking, and I had a terrible experience. I was like, actually, fuck this. Once I got a taste of booging and I saw that vibe, I'm like, yeah, this is me. Fuck that shit. My old man was dismayed. He's like, oh, come on, give it another crack. I'm like, fucking Chris Bamford can suck a cock. That guy was just like, mate, he made life hell in that team. Bad for culture. So
yeah, and that's what put me off fucking rugby and league. Like I played it until I was like 23, but then I just like got to 23. I was like, why am I bashing the fucking shit? Because I was playing like competitive rugby, like Colts level rugby at one stage, and like I couldn't walk on Sundays. I was like, why am I doing it? I'm not going to make the fucking Crusaders. Like
I just got a massive cheese vibe from it compared to boggin. Like boggin just was so core, so lax, and like I don't know. I look back. The funny thing is like. Love the competitive element, but I kind of look back like there was a high pressure to perform in rugby or league and to be something, and in boggin there wasn't that, and that was the attraction. Let alone I go through and my
it was also like
my skill was to compete. But,
we've talked about this heaps too. It's also the characters, like surfing, especially even 90s and that. Surfers, like even back then, fucking boring. Like most surfers that we know, like. Pretty fucking boring people.
Mate, monoculture. Man, monoculture. It's like, this is the template. You do that. Fuck.
So like misfits, I've found like all of us are a misfit in some way. And so we've all like come together in this like weird misfit crew because everybody's a character.
A little bit different on the coast too because we had Jai coming up and he was pretty radical, and then we had Gareth Royal.
But so in my time on the coast, and we'll get into time periods and which is better than the other and all that, right? Like, so I'm saying 95 to 2005 golden era, right? And and Jai didn't fucking see him. I'd never met the cunt.
Really? Yeah.
So Royal knew him. Ads and Royal had a wee thing going on, and they like Royal, and we were hitting it all the time, and I was seeing that guy.
So you didn't get to cross paths with Jai
didn't cross paths with Jai.
Crazy, yeah.
So
because he moved to the Goldie.
He did. He went over there early.
Early.
Just and like I heard
all
the chat, big man. Yeah, so that was the whole thing. Then it's like, fuck it, this guy Dean Morrison's an ASL, and Jai knows him, and like there was that whole, there was the fucking chat, like you'd see like these little clips, like Two Waves Jai and like 10 or some other kind of like, oh, it's Jai, he's a ghost of you.
Yeah.
And I felt like fucking, everyone felt like the fucking man for having a 10th hand knowledge of the cunt.
It was
fucking
like
golden,
one degree of separation. We're all living through him,
Fucking gold, but like, so
we're always saying like, did you hear Jai was like Dingo's caddy at Pipe?
Yeah.
And that was like the story. That was the story. Like, that was for like 2 years. Everyone was talking about it. He was the caddy for Dingo.
Yeah. Fucking hell.
Actually, Jai's stories about that Pipes, that Hawaii season are pretty fucking
He would have seen some shit.
One story I'll say.
He was in the fucking epicenter.
One story I'll say, he said that he was on the beach one day and it was like 10 to 12 foot.
Yeah.
And the only people out at Pipe were Stuart
and
Chad Barber.
Yeah.
The only two people out at pipe, and it was like second reef coming into first.
On Jai, I want someone to fucking go deep
Yeah.
on the internet and dig out this fucking OG Jiggerman shit when he's like rapping. I've seen this fucking clip when like he veered off from surfing and went fucking
NWA.
some fucking some like Mexican gangster looking motherfucker, like the tat started, and there's some fucking clip out there. I've seen this. Some cunt sent me this, and he's like fucking rapping with a couple of staffies, walking around the Goldie like suburbs, like the most suburban looking fucking joint, like laying down this rap.
I remember when that came out.
That shit's out there. That fucking shit's out there. Cough that up. Throw that on here.
We're definitely going to get you on,
Slice
Jai.
it in.
I think Jai
Slice
listens
it in.
every now and then. So shout out Jai. I love him. He's back on the Goldie for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then he's heading back. He's heading back to Westport.
Oh,
You should see his Snapchats at the moment. He's almost going back to those days.
Yeah.
He's racked up. He's losing weight.
I've
He's
seen
like-
him fucking
he's
running
fit.
and smoking. He's been over here.
Yeah.
He's been
Oh, yeah.
fucking like
Yeah.
running down Brighton Beach, fucking smoking joints. And
He's actually put a notice out to everyone. He's like, I'm coming for you.
coming for you. Yeah,
I'm coming for you.
fucking
I love it.
that.
It's like,
He's
good
the fucking
shit.
best thing that's happened for Westport in the Coons age. Like he is up there dominating, mate. Like, and that whole surf scene's just gone lifted under him, man. Like someone fucking puts the weed dart on the board. This is where it's at. Fucking bar
So
goes
true.
up, man.
So who were you looking up to in New Zealand when you were about sort of 18? Oh, sorry, 1998 then.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah, that first Blakeo's one, tick that off. Hey, this could go on all fucking night. This is lagging, I reckon. Hey, am I waffling?
No, you're good. It's perfect.
Yeah,
It's a great stream.
Okay,
great
so
stream.
right, so
Blake's trip or who you looked
so
up to?
we Brett Mathod into Paulus and into Rhino, whatever. So Woody, yeah. Oh, fucking bang on. Actually, you guys have filled a blank there, right? So you want to know where booger really clicked for me? Went to Shirley Boys. I was with Brett Mathod. It was me and him. Other crew fucked them off because I didn't skate in winter. And then Scholastics, right? So Scholastics with Aaron Locke. And you want to talk Westport? It was Mark Piranha. So he's over there. So he's fucking over there doing surfing lessons. Pookie, known as Pookie.
Yeah.
So Pookie and
Stand-up
Pookie,
surfing.
Yeah, he's fucking Westport now.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Pookie's
Yeah.
Pookie. He's a big fucking weed smoking surf man. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. So anyway, Pookie and Lockie had this fucking thing going. They were raising all sorts of little rippers, and got into the Scholastics. Might have been in it. Fucking all I heard was you can knock off early on a Wednesday if you go book down the beach. And I'm
Jackpot,
like,
baby.
I'm
Jackpot.
like, fucking what? Yes, get me in
Sign
there
me up.
now. So I was fucking down there, and I get down there and I see these cunts like actual rippers. Woody, Dave Tanner, Cam Hubbard, fucking Chris Eichholtz, aka Wiener. None of these cunts you'd know, but they are the
I know
OG.
Woody. Yeah.
They are the OG Christchurch.
Woody used to come to Blaketown back in the day.
Yeah, he did, and he actually was quite good. But you know, the Wiener was the king of the hill. He was a ripper. And fucking funny story. On the weekend, I had a party with these cunts, and Wiener's sister was there.
Oh.
He's on the fucking glass Barbie now, proper mad, like locked in the house,
Jesus.
fucking smashing shit, like lost the kids, the whole fucking week,
Yeah,
beat his
it's
wife
terrible.
up, been indoors, like proper
Terrible.
He's proper fucked. So,
Yeah.
but he was a shredder, like absolute ripper. And I saw all these guys. I was like, fuck, here's guys out doing inverts and like fucking, I don't know, 2 to 3 foot Brighton when I can't even fucking do a roller.
Yeah.
Guys doing ARSs, like
Yes.
proper underground tapes was out. I'd seen the VHSs. I knew what was going on.
Yeah.
And these guys are doing it.
You were
and I'm-
still getting there.
yeah. Fuck, well, this is the thing about setting the bar. I hadn't seen it. So I figured, you can only do that in Aussie or Shark Island. You can't do an ARS at Brighton. Well, fuck, you walk down the beach. Oh, there they go. So, so I was like, okay, right. How do I do this? And that's another thing. But started Scholastics. Then they had the Canterbury Champs, and I went in that comp, and I was nervous as fuck. And fuck me, if I didn't make it through heat after heat, beating these guys that were fucking rippers.
Yeah.
That all had the Blaketown complex where they could surf, but they couldn't fucking surf in a heat, and they couldn't compete, and they couldn't work the clock, and they were
Couldn't
weak.
go left.
No fucking
Couldn't go
these-
left.
These guys could go both
and
ways.
couldn't grovel
'cause
properly.
Everything's a sack of shit in Christchurch, and but they could go both ways. But you know, they just couldn't put it together from a strategic standpoint.
Yeah,
So
you picked up on that
I was
early.
fucking picking them off, and I'm going, it was disbelief every fucking heat, like disbelief. I can't believe I beat that cunt. He's been fucking idle. Like, this is the best guy I've ever seen. I fucking can't believe I beat him. Get to the fucking final, win the cup. And I'm just
Amazing.
going, you fucking have me on. Like,
So what was that, 99, 98?
that was 2000.
2000. Yeah.
Or could be 99.
Yeah.
One or the other. But
Cool.
anyway, I'm at the fucking prize coming. Like every heat I'd come in and I think I'd lost and I'd won. I think I'd lost and I won. I get to the fucking final and I like honestly there've been 5 heats. There's that many fucking boogers.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, fuck, I got smoked. I've seen that guy doing this. I've seen that guy doing that. I fucking won the gun. I'm like, you're having me on. It felt, and you know what got me into booging? Not that event. I go to fucking school and every cunt's like, you're the Canterbury champ.
Oh,
You're the Canterbury.
there it
And
is.
like every cunt knows.
The
Fucking
fucking ego's blowing
like
up.
burp. And I'm just like,
Dopamine hits.
I'm just like, fuck. Okay.
So then you're like, oh, fuck, I
I
want
was
to
a
win more.
fucking-
I want to win more
Yep.
and more.
You got it. I
Yeah.
was a fucking little grub, little shy boy.
Yeah.
And cunts coming at me. How'd you win? How'd you win the Canterbury champ?
You're the
You've
Canterbury
only been bodyboarding fucking 2 years. Oh, I thought Brett was better than you. You always going on, he's better than you. And I'm like, Canterbury champ, baby.
Yes. Fuck, that's
So
cool.
fuck. It was just like,
That's
yeah.
cool.
and that just propelled me from there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you started to go, right, I'm fucking going to give this a good nudge.
Yep. So
good nudge.
then there was, shit went on, did a few fucking little Canterbury comps. I was doing the fucking South Island circuit,
Yeah.
surf comps, right?
Yeah,
So I was
yeah.
doing those.
So Dunno's, Christchurch, Westport.
I hadn't seen
go for gold.
I hadn't seen much but the good thing was you get in the cross pollination. I was down to Dunners, I'd seen Mitch, I'd seen Goose, I'd seen fuck, I've got it written down there actually. There was a yarn recently where Johnny was talking about bangers knocking a cunt out and he was a
Yes.
fucking axe and his name.
We talked about him
Let's get
in
into it, 'cause
person
you
the other
couldn't put
day.
his name on him and he died. He did die in a motorbike accident.
Yes.
He was a big square looking motherfucker and his
referring to the notes, referring to the 3B1, the 3B1 notebook. He's referring to the notes. He's referring-
Dan Wadsworth. Daniel
Yes.
Wadsworth.
Yeah.
So he got on the ice and shit, but he looked like Luckman, mate, like a fucking brick, but probably 2 foot taller than Luckman.
Shit.
So bangers knocking him out was a coup because the guy was the baddest looking motherfucker in the world, like
not bloody Grammy out.
not great now. A couple of quick 1-2 from old bangers. Fucking have you? Hey? Yeah.
He'll have you.
Yeah, he will, mate. Raise your kids too. Yeah. Anyway, that fucking so I was seeing all these guys and fucking, that was that. And I'm going up and down the country, meeting other people. But it wasn't until a Kaikoura Classic where I run into Smitty, Lowy, Bromley. That was the main ones I remember. And they had a whole mantra, eating's cheating. And there was heaps of weird shit going on. Like they're making Lowy do all sorts of fucking outlandish shit. And
Poor old Lowy.
anyway, I had a fucking final with Bromley, and I think he fucking bit me, but he's doing some weird shit, like fucking drop knee and doing rolos, like going from drop knee to prone. I'm like, this isn't fucking bugging. What's this cunt doing? Like, they were just having a good time. But
What comp was that?
Kaikoura Classic,
Oh, right.
or something like that.
Yeah.
So that's where I first sort of saw the Blaketown guys.
Yeah.
And thought they got a sick vibe, and I hung out in their van or whatever the fuck they were up there in the time, and fucking sort of.
That would have been Lockie. Not Lockie.
No,
Would have been sorry, not Lockie. Would have been. Oh, I've got a mental blank now.
Wasn't one of the Bruces or something?
No, that would have been the godfather of Blaketown.
Oh yeah, fucking Aaron.
Oh, fucking mental block.
Nathan Hull.
Nathan Hull.
Nathan
Thank
fucking
you.
Hull. Yeah,
So he would
whatever.
always
Yeah.
grab a van.
Yeah.
Because there was a van you'd be able to
Yeah.
just hire from the council.
Yeah.
And so it'd be free.
Yeah.
You just have to book it in advance and he'd
Yes.
hire a van and he'd
See.
take all the little Blaketown grommies
Westland's
and go
got
to
that
all the
fucking droves, eh? Did you see that pic the other day of the high equipped fucking ute with a trailer full of boogers?
Yeah.
Well, surfers and shit like
Oh.
like Beaver and all those cunts.
Oh yes,
These-
back in the day.
Fucking drive from Westport 100k zone out past the cement works.
Yeah.
I'm like that, and that van, yes, it was Nathan Hull, because I was like that whole thing. I was like, there is a fucking council getting behind Boogin. I was like, Boogin's not even the fucking radar for anyone.
The sponsorship that the Blaketown crew got
The best.
from fucking Westland Milk
Yeah.
and Timberlands.
Yeah.
They just put an application and be like, can we have $2,000? They'll be like, yep. Just fill out the
Timberlands is a
form.
no-brainer because fucking Jackie was signing the check.
Yeah, exactly.
But Westland Milk, fucking all
Yeah,
day. Like the coast has always got behind Boggin, and it blows me away. I can't even fucking believe the sponsors you get for the Blaketown comp.
Yeah, it's
These cunts don't know what they're sponsoring. Like this fucking it's a fucking shell.
It is a
You
shell.
can take that to the cleaners. Yeah. You have 4 comps a year, run 1, get that purse. But
I think they'd know we'd be taking the piss if we did that. They all know we're old and washed up.
yeah, but no, it really blew me away. And I was like, that's such a cool vibe coming from these guys. So I thought, and I'd seen them surf, and they could fucking surf. And I'm like, okay, here's where I thought the bar was, my Christchurch crew. I've seen these fucking greymouth guys. I'm like, okay, so that's the bar, right? So then I was like, I have to get over there.
Yeah.
I've got to go. I've got to soak that up.
Yeah.
Went to Blaketown, dropped in with Johnny and that. Like I was straight into their place. Don't know how that worked. I might have gone and stayed with Lowy.
Yeah.
And then surfed at Blaketown, and it was further from Lowy's to Blaketown. So
there.
yeah.
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 And then you can talk about your first
Blakos, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we'll tap into that after the break.
Bye.
I'm on a boat. I'm on a boat. I'm on a motherfucking boat. Yeah. What we should have done, it's too late now, is we should have put it out to our listeners. Any questions for the big man? You know, that would have been fun. That would have been
We
fun.
need to double back, but as
Hey.
always, this is a disorganized affair.
Yeah, exactly. Like this will be just version 0.1. There's not enough time.
Yeah, well,
lifetime.
we need to make some more history then, because I tell you what, there'll be fuck all happening between this one and the next on the boogie front, eh?
Excuse me, the Blaketown comp's coming up in Easter.
Yeah,
Are you going to be in the country this time?
probably the next time I'll surf, to be honest.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll come. The last time I was in Texas,
Yeah.
surfing the Waco wave pool.
We did miss you
Yeah,
this year.
Yeah,
We definitely miss you this year.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
hey, fuck, you know, and hats off to fucking Pakey, eh? Ben?
Pakey.
Yeah, McPakes takes. Where's his fucking? Has he got any fucking takes for me, or
Oh, we've been a bit slack on asking
Yeah,
for the
well,
big takes.
get him on the blower? You ring
Yeah.
him while we're fucking chatting, and get him up, because
Yeah.
I was hoping I'd get a Pakes take.
I love a Pakey take.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
good.
I wanted a
Yeah.
slice from that cunt. Yeah, hit him up.
We'd ring him. Just ring him. Get him on the potty. Just give him a ring. Yeah, I love having Pakey on too. You know. Yeah.
He's a good chat. I seen him at the mall, and I thought, oh yeah, that's a fucking.
Oh, I love
That's
this
a cool
Pakey.
dude, you know?
Pakey's like that, like my generation, right? But
Yeah.
he's a little bit younger than me.
Mm.
But yeah, he's that last like solid generation out of Black Coast.
And you know, if I was to think anyone's deserving of the 3-up, it's either Jolza, me, or him. You know,
Yeah.
sure as hell ain't Naismith, mate. Fucking hell. If that can't got the 3-up, we're in trouble. Hey, fucking something chronic. But he's one. He can pull some shit out the bag. So hats off to him.
Well, I tell you what, he got a lot fucking better over the years living there, didn't he? You know? Mm.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
He did get better.
Mm.
So anyway, off topic. So where were we at? We're at the fucking.
So first Blakeos, first Blakeos.
Yeah, so we get into the first Blaketown session. Eh? So,
please?
yeah, you want me to pull you one out the
Yes,
stack?
please, mate.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm Stewie. I'm Stewie.
What company? Here? Drink DBs. Drink DBs. Yeah. Tell him how fucking good that is.
Is this a seltzer? Oh no, yeah.
Oh, I got the pink one, the grapefruit. And I'll say that being judge, jury, and executioner, mate, that DB has you. Actually, no, because we're doing video, right? Because we're doing video. See this, guys? This here's a quality product, all right? Steer away from anything Smirnoff, okay? Don't drink Smirnoff, right? See that here? See that? That's a great product. DB are leading.
Nah, leave it in. I'm
actually-
editing this video. I'll leave it in.
That's right. To he who does the hard work go the spoils. That's freeze them out.
Oh, I tell
freeze
you
them
what,
out.
just we got to
all
go
know
on
who
there.
runs this podcast. You just show up, mate.
Okay, I'm going to say something because, like, we were talking
Go on.
about passive aggression
Let's
the
get into
other
it.
day, right?
Let's get into it. Let's
So-
start something.
So back in 2017, I texted him and said, I reckon we should start a potty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here we go.
It's like
Okay.
like a therapy session.
I could probably dig out the text, Cunny vibes. I can probably dig out the text, Cunny vibes.
Oh, yeah.
And anyway, so Joels, I just want to because you got racked up at me like a while ago because you were, oh fuck, I'm doing all the editing and I'm doing all the fucking. It's like, Joelin, what do you think I've been doing for the last 40 plus episodes? Editing, running the social medias, and you do the write up. And he got so bitter at me. He got so bitter at me. He was fucking. I'm over it.
Oh, fuck.
I would like to rebut that.
Hey, look, fuck this. This isn't a fucking domestic abuse case.
I'd like
mate.
to. I'd like a rebuttal. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Hey, look.
Mr. Speaker, I'd like a rebuttal, please.
Nah, mate.
No. Oh.
Brownlee's shutting you down, mate. He's shutting
Start
you
a
down. Yeah. Right, let's
All
not get
right.
off track here. This is my fucking podcast, cunt. This is my podcast.
More
Your fucking
My time.
you
my
guys
time
can
in the
get a
sun.
marriage counsellor in, all right? Fucking sort it out. Yeah.
We'll be having words later. We'll be having words
fucking
later.
Good drop in it. Fucking hell, mate. They know what.
Blakeo's inaugural. Oh, sorry.
One
Go for it.
last piece because you're in
Yeah.
the piss industry. I want to clear up that. Up there, right?
God.
Part-time rangers. What happened to them? They go bung.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
didn't sell, so they.
Fuck them. They had the fucking best RTD.
It's funny, like products will hit for some people, and then they won't for the general populace, and then they're in, they're out. Hey,
Fuck them. Yeah.
it's funny, Like sometimes we'll bring a product out, and it'll be shit for about 6 months, and then people will just
Well-
it's like a slow burner.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you want to do these guys out of their market slice, go hit up the part-time ranger guys, say, hey, what was in your gin and raspberry? And sort this shit out, because whatever the fuck you got going on here, Smirnoff, and fuck
That's
off.
one
right?
flavor, mate.
Dog shit.
Why don't you try the other one?
It's all dog
You
shit.
don't know. You don't know.
Right. Before this episode's out, I've tried the other one, people, and I'll tell you how it's going. Hey?
I'm gonna be fine on Monday. How good?
Voicemails. You've been doing the voicemails.
Yeah. You should rattle a couple of them off.
That is in the plans.
Yes,
yeah,
yeah,
we're going to
cool.
do Patreon because a lot of them are you can't do the names. So
Your ones.
yeah. No names, but yeah,
I'm
they're
so glad they've
amazing.
been saved. Yeah,
And they're all saved. So
take pride in that.
I'm gonna the end goal is we'll do a Patreon page and
Yeah.
people can pay whatever $1, $5, and then they can get a lot of that unfiltered stuff. But I'm worried that someone in Greymouth will fucking listen to it and be like, "Oh, did you hear this?" and pass it over. It's
Yeah,
too
but-
small.
But
But-
fuck, you're bigger than that, mate. You can fly the coop. Fuck your mouth. You're a fucking
Oh, I can-
national icon, mate.
Yeah, this is true. This is true.
Right. So where were we? We're gonna get this shit on track.
We're talking about Blaketown inaugural trips.
Yeah. So
You were just about to say,
yeah.
who you-
So I got over there. I
remember where you stayed?
Yeah, I think I tapped into Lowy first. There's a funny, fuck. Really looking at this, what is it now? It's fucking 8 at night, is it? We
Yeah.
could be till fucking midnight, mate. We're only in the front
Well,
end of the trip.
next iterations down the track,
Yeah, right. So
Yeah.
anyway,
You can
Blakeo's
scratch the surface.
over there. I think it was Lowy or Ads. One of the two came first, but definitely
Mm.
Lowy was like the mainstay first.
How'd you meet him?
Boogin, comps, another
Yeah, cool.
like real recognized real, seen the guy went, yeah, you're on my level, you fucking hungry boy, comp boy.
Yeah.
So, yep.
And he is a comp boy too.
yeah,
always
big
has
comp boy,
been.
Yeah. They went there for a bit. And then I realized that the mullets were closer, the Roddens were closer.
Tip.
Yep. And I stayed down there for a bit. And I
Can we
was
talk about the dryer
Well,
scenario?
So that was one. I actually had that earmarked in there. I don't
Yeah.
even fucking know about this drive.
Oh, the one with the magical memory, like Frank. This one's been put away, is it?
That
It's
ain't
been
in
dropped
my
down in the fucking.
if you have a look
yeah,
right here,
refers to the
mate,
notepad.
right here, right? So I get in there and I have a look.
This is
Yeah,
so
so
good.
Jolza. Oh, you can't really read that, but anyway, that's like the fuck is this dryer chat? Like, what is this dryer chat? I don't know this yarn.
So the yarn is
Yeah.
that you were coming over frequently.
Yeah.
And then you put your wetsuit in Kevin Rodden's dryer.
Yeah.
And he wasn't too happy about that. So he come out and he fucking apparently nutted and said, "Nah, he's not coming around here anymore."
Nah. So I'll tell you
Do you
the
remember?
I'll tell you the real about about how fucking Kev flipped his shit, right? So it wasn't about wetties and dryers. That might have been the straw.
That might have been.
the straw that broke the
Cam's-
camel's back, but that
Campy's
didn't
back.
even fucking come into it. So it's going
Did
there
it
all the
his
time.
mind.
I was in that fucking caravan of courage, and like that
Yeah.
thing was at the time he hadn't even flashed it off. They kind of chainsawed a hole in the wall and put a fucking caravan next to the house.
I know. So it was like a door.
There's daylight between the two cunts. Like this was like shanty living, mate. Like
Yeah. This
Fucking-
caravan was haggard, and
Mate.
they'd reversed it next to the house and between the
and they
fence.
cut a fucking hole in the wall.
And so you could have access to the caravan to the house.
Yeah, so I was in there and fucking not Joel, and fucking Johnny had been rolling over. He'd wank, roll over to come. He'd been doing that for that long. You could tap a sheet. It was like a fucking water cracker, mate. Like tick, tick, tick. fucking hard as a rock. Guy been jizzing in the same spot for like 12, 18 months.
Just
Like,
regard for the
Yeah,
jizz.
just roll over and he's like, "Oh, Wells, you come hit this up and fucking like scratch it like a fucking record." Like, just like, fuck, yeah.
You can scratch, you can
Yeah.
put it up.
Yeah. Fuck you. You break it, mate. There'd be salt coming out of it for days, mate. Yeah. So anyway, there's a few things, but one of them was that I didn't actually contribute enough to the groceries. And fair call. I was in there, I was eating a lot of grub. I was fucking there all the time. I was young, dumb, and I'd always been provided for. I hadn't really had to work or graft, and my olds had coddled me.
Entitled.
Yeah, I was entitled. So they're getting a bit fucked off about that. And by the time he mentioned it, he was already pretty fucked off.
Yeah, it was gone too far.
Yeah,
but in his mind, he was like, fuck this cunt.
Yeah, fuck this cunt already.
Yeah.
And he mentioned it. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to pay for all your groceries while I'm staying here, right? Their groceries and shit like that.
Nice.
And I remember mum wiring them like $500 or me $500 to give him or something. It was quite a sum of money in that day.
Yeah.
And I did that, but it already tipped. And then the dryer thing might have tipped it. But
Must have been. Yeah.
he didn't tell me to fuck off. I just got the vibe. And so I hit up Loey and I said, "Oh, I'll fucking come to your house from now on, whatever things aren't going that goodie." And then I used to ring Loey every time and be like, because I had no concept of wearing thin on people at all at that age. All I wanted to do, I was just like, what the fuck's these?
You just want to go and surf and hang out with the crew.
Anyway, so I'd ring Loey every time I come up, say, "Hey, Loey, I'm coming over. All good? You ask your parents? Yeah, sweet, sweet. Yeah, cool." Yeah. I'd come over and I'd just keep coming over and I'd turn up on a fucking bus. Like, I would bus over. Coast to coast. I didn't get my license till I was 19.
Oh, real?
I'd failed a couple of times and I just, like I said, I can't go well in a reading, writing environment for a test or anything. Like, you get me driving 3 days, I'll fucking ace it, but you get me to read some shit and fucking write some shit. Take me forever. So I failed my learners a couple of times, failed my fucking, yeah. So anyway, I was bussing over and I was walking from town up the hill, whatever. I'd ask Loey every time before I came over, religiously, ring him, "Can I come?" "Yeah, sweet." And one day, fucking Phil Lowe flipped out and goes, "Right, you fucking bludgeon cunt, you can fuck off. I'm sick of you." Like, this is at like 5 in the arvo after he'd had a couple of tins and like I had nowhere to go. I had no car and fucking kicked me out. Me and Loey. We both got kicked out. And Loey's like, fucking, we're out. And I just went next door to Ads and said, "Oh, I've been kicked out." He's like, "You stay here." Yeah, come on in. So anyway, it turns out that in like the 6, 9, 12 months I've been going over there, Loey hadn't asked once if I could stay.
Yeah.
And I was rocking up. Like, he'd just say, "Yeah, you can come over." Wouldn't ask his mum, wouldn't ask his dad.
And they'd be like, "Oh, fuck, that guy's just rocked up again."
Loey would have like a fucking job or something. I'd rock up. They'd be home. I'd just walk in, dump my
He wasn't even there.
book bag in my fucking clothes and say,
Fucking scumbag, man.
"How you going, Phil? How you going, Jackie?"
They'd be all surprised. Like, "Oh, you're good, Sam."
Little did I know, they're fucking going through it. Their marriage is about to pop and like they're on the rocks and here I am fucking poking around like just turning up. Yeah, fucking like real bad, man.
Can I make some toast?
So when he tipped and when I fucking heard years later that Loey hadn't asked once, I was like, there it is.
That's the main reason why.
Yeah. So then I was over at their place, and then I just got my head around. I was like, "Fuck, I need to sort my own shit out." And I was fucking staying at backpackers, whatever. But yeah, first surfs.
What about the first surfs?
I can't remember first surfs. I
anything?
can remember my first summer there, right?
I can remember my first surf there. I've said it before, but I won't repeat it. I won't repeat it, but yeah.
But no,
it's so vivid in my mind.
So all I remember is afternoon sessions, lots of sun, fucking heaps of boogers out, like maybe 5 of them on the beach, 15 to 20 of them in the lineup.
Yeah, the
commentary, watching the fucking escalator loop, like get away about the rip. Everyone watching from and because what we also had at the time was bogans and skaters coming down the tip as well.
Yeah,
so people pissing up, people fucking bogans.
That was that was one of the cool places to go in the car. And you have the Civics and you fucking
eat KFC, throw it off the tip. Like
Prezas.
Absolute fucking scumlords, like litter. But rock up. Yeah, and there was a crossover, like your fucking Grigsies and shit, bogans and boogers,
Shannon Thompson.
Yeah, Shannon Thompson. There was heaps of crossover. Crooksy.
Crooksy.
Yeah, Crooksy. There was a lot of crossover bogan to booger.
Shit, yeah. And skater too.
And skaters with, like your Maxes and your Nukies, Adam Nukes and all that
Nukes,
shit.
rest in peace.
Yep. So like there was heaps of crossover. Like back in the day, it was just a bunch of fucking kids and then they all fractured out into different areas, but they all knew each other and there was the tip was a fucking zone. It was a wee escapism zone. Go down, and if you're fucking bogan, you can still cop some nature because you can sit in your fucking car and be in the dip, you know, like so that it was just a lot going on. People were ripping, even people that didn't know what ripping was, like the bogans would see people ripping and hear the commentary from others.
Did you feel the pressure, eh? Like when you're in the lineup,
Yep.
when you're petting, you're like, you're waiting for your turn.
I realized was I rocked up, come from Christchurch, I was kicking ass in comps and shit in 2 foot slop. Get over there, I couldn't even fucking bottom turn. And here's the classic thing that no one's dragged up yet too.
Yeah.
Is I used to wax my whole book. The whole top was one big wax. I had fucking beads like a surfboard on top. No way. I had fucking beads on the whole top. Every fucking gun.
Had a wax comb and shit.
No shit. I had a comb. I had a comb. I had a fucking comb. I'd grown up with surfers and shit. And I had the whole front of my book, I had a fucking
slick too.
Fuck off. It's not a snowboard, you fucking idiot. Right. So anyway, I had this like a B10 or a T10, like a BZ.
BD,
yeah, T10, massive fucking Chad Barber job. Wax top to fucking bottom, right? And every
you
kind
would
of
have gotten so much
like,
shit.
the fuck is that? Like, what the fuck are you doing with that? And I'm like, hell, and my way to spin and shit, like I didn't even pull myself up.
You couldn't.
I didn't cross my legs. I'd do like a fucking real tight bottom turn. I'd stick my legs in and jump round.
No, the bottom turn was the spin. It was the whole turn.
I was the dog fart, mate. Like proper dog farts. Like that's what it was called back then. Cunts be like,
you learnt fast though. You would have learnt fast.
I realised, I couldn't bottom turn. So I'd spent my whole time trying to create speed, and I couldn't fucking harness it.
Especially because you had speed at Blakeo's, and then you're like, what do I do now?
Coming off a wedge, I'm like, well, I couldn't even fucking, these guys were going down, up, and hitting the lip. I couldn't even get up. I was like, fucking going down. I'm like, ripping on the fucking rails, like, just going, the fuck is this? These guys are just doing it like cakewalk. And I was like, holy shit. So then I could kind of grasp the concept of like, look at these pros, they're surfing big shit. And they're harnessing power and speed, and I can only generate power. Like I could only generate speed. I'd cut this whole style around, and I was young enough and formative enough and, you know, malleable enough to go, okay, I need to flip this shit. So I had to relearn how to book. That was my whole thing.
True.
Relearn. Like, fuck, I need to know how to bottom turn without having to stall to bottom turn. What I'd do is I'd go down, I'd stall at the bottom, and then I'd trim and kick on the face to fucking get a section, because I was like, I couldn't fucking, you know, like, it was terrible. The shit was up.
And what, a couple of summers and you'd sort of got
fucking, if that, mate, a year, and I got it, like, because Ads and Lowy were my crew. And I just fucking fast. Fuck it, just honed. I was like, these guys are ripping, and sure, the wax came off the deck quick as looky, like a bit of fucking jug of boiling water, off she goes. Figure all that out, figure out how to move up and down, figure out how to spin, like the works, like cross your legs, you know, none of that was a thing. I rocked over there. I was wearing fucking hot buttered fins, mate. Those little fucking double prong jobs up, ugly as fuck. I wouldn't be surprised if I had wrist leash though. It was proper bogus. So bicep leashes were a thing. Churchills were a thing. Had to fucking re-up hard. And I just remember everyone was shredding, and there was such a crew of guys, like, and you could, all right, so if one crew you couldn't hook up with, you just hit the next one. Like, so I'd go, Ads, Lowy weren't available, I'd bounce into Griggsy or fucking Luckman or whoever. You know,
the good old days. The good old days.
Yeah, so that was that. So the first Blaketown sesh was ultimately all my Blaketown sessions for yonks. I was there and I was on for yonks. And that started, I reckon, call it 2000.
Yeah.
There's like sort of 5 years there when it was all go.
Because there's sort of like some ancient footage of you. I remember seeing like your blonde hair. Pulling into like, it was on, it wasn't on 100 Reasons. It was on Goose's first.
Word of warning.
Word of warning.
No, I was, and I wasn't, there was a whole crew before me, right? There was the Bruces and the Bromleys and there was a whole nother, you know, Crooksies. I reckon, so I say 95 to 2005 was the key zone. I reckon 90 is where like shit really started. So I reckon it went 90, and then there's the 05 bit, and then I reckon it bombed down to like 2010, and then it's just done. That's New Zealand in a fucking nutshell.
Yeah, because it was just, we've talked about it so much, there was just no generation to backfill us.
And
2012, 2013, and then really, 2012, 2013, there was still the tour was still doing pretty good in New Zealand,
Ah.
and then it sort of went after
But-
that. It
but
felt like
what
20
I'm-
after
what I'm
2013, it
thinking
kind of
of is
died.
new entities, right? Like in a sense of up and comers and shit. Like, so it's just the same heads. Like,
Yeah,
the
you had
tour might have been
we,
popping
we
up.
had we had Willie Napier, and then a couple of guys coming through.
You can count on one hand nationally the amount of cunts.
That's true.
Like, back then, I could count. I'd need 2 fucking hands to count who was in Blaketown.
Yeah, that's
Iceberg,
right. Yeah,
right?
out,
So, like,
down the water.
it really, like there was stats floating around. Like I
Yeah.
remember someone telling me once that the sales of boogs to surfboards was like 5-1 in Australasia. Like, so it was really the 90s boogs were popping off.
Yeah.
And nowadays, I don't know what the fuck's going on.
I think what got interesting too, though, all of us though, was like I reckon that when Isolated really started kicking off 2004, 2005, I think it was about that.
Yeah.
And then it became less we did have the good comp scene, but then everybody was at a level where the wave chasing really started.
One up,
so
right? That was the competitive element.
yeah,
right?
it became less about the comps and like regular surfing. It became how good are waves can you find
just
everywhere?
the genesis of social media, right? Like, so this is the whole look at me, look at what I'm doing, putting it out there in the world. It was a fucking forum before it was Facebook and Instagram, right? So it's that same trope, people doing look at me stuff.
It was,
but hey, being in on that ground level of internet and things like that, fuck, it was golden. It was golden. I feel so privileged to be a part of that, and I feel fucking privileged to. Paulus was my fucking best mate.
Did you enjoy the Paulus interview that I did?
Dude, I loved it. And you know, at the fucking time, I was such a fucking core lord gonzo. Like, I did not appreciate one bit what Paulus was doing, the service he's creating.
Hard work.
I would be on that cunt's nuts. I wouldn't give a fuck about his website. Get off the fucking computer, you fuckwit, and come surfing. I would be like, stop lagging, you fucking clown. Let's go. Like, and here he is creating this thing that is like nationally significant.
Yeah.
And here I am going, fuck, it's gonna be fucking Oni. Get your fucking hand off it. Get off the computer, you fucking nerd. Like,
do you know what's cool though? Is he's still got backup drives of everything.
Yeah. Well, he needs to sort that out. I'm due a trip to Melbourne. I need to fucking hoozle him up.
You got to go to the wave pool.
Yeah.
Bro.
Oh yeah, that's gonna happen.
So good.
I did the wave pool. Did Waco, mate.
Yeah. We could talk about that.
Yeah. Nah. Just like it's a big money game. You got to pay top dollar. You really want to get the freak peak and all the good shit that Tanner and that hit. 2.5K.
Have you seen? Because that was because the Texas one was from that guy Magnuson, right? That surfer who he's like the wave pool guy.
You're gonna tell me all about Palm Springs Surf Club.
Correct. You tell me about it. It's just come out. Have you seen the footage? It looks insane.
Money.
So he's leveling up his tech.
That kick in and backdoor thing's fucking off the charts.
Oh my god.
I'm about that, and I saw that the other day and thought that's a bit of me. The one, oh fuck, what are they? So the Freak Peak one, you got to pay like 2.5K for a session. It's bullshit. But there is one, if you go the advanced setting, I was getting the wedge, and I was getting a couple of pipes. I'll send you clips of that. But
cool, we can pack it on.
Yeah. It's just lots of money.
You went last year, eh? Went literally
this year.
Sorry, this year during the Blaketown comp window.
Yeah, totally. I was over there.
You went over for work and a little bit of leisure.
Yep.
So you bought a cowboy hat.
Yes.
Which you wore for about 4 weeks in a row when you came home.
I'll bring it back out. You know, I almost wore it tonight, and I was going to use it as a point maker. But fuck you and your no style thing. I was going to be like, I was going to wear my fucking, outback attire, my Western wear, right?
So good.
But yeah, no, I do still love that cowboy vibe. You go to Texas, you realize that whole fucking you do what you want sort of vibes.
Don't tread on me.
Yeah. They got a big vibe going on there.
Yeah.
There's Ronnie. Look how fucking cooked Ronnie is in that door. Yeah. He's fuck, mate. She was going to die 2 years ago. She's just kicked on and on and on and on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So where were we at? We're going over there. Phil had kicked me out. I'd gone to fucking Ads's.
Yeah, so we're talking probably 2001, 2002. Where were you in This Is Your Life, Sam Wells episode?
Yeah.
What was happening in 2001, 2002?
So lots of bugging, aspirations of making it bigger.
Still living in Christchurch.
Yep. Aspirations of making it bigger than NZ, and then they shrunk, and I realised kind of fuck, you need a job to make it work, right? Like, so I think it was 2003, 4, started where I am now, just work wise.
Yeah,
hustling.
but we do need to talk about one amazing topic.
Yeah.
That You went to fucking Shark Island, my bro.
Yeah, me
That
and
was
Johnny D.
pretty
Like, we got the
fucking
fucking
rad,
call up,
man.
eh? Yeah,
That was
so,
pretty rad.
so off the
What
back
year
of-
was that?
So that was 2006.
Okay, yeah,
And
yeah.
I do think 2006 is like a iconic year for NZ booging. Outside of my own accomplishments, that was a
Isolated comp.
year shit was popping. So yeah, I won the ISO comp that year. Do you know this little known fact? I'm the only person to go on all of them.
Whoa.
Only me one Highlander, bruv. I was the only guy to go on every ISO comp. And
How many?
goes-
There was 3, 4. How many?
4 or 5?
Oh shit!
I think
five.
there was a few, man.
Jeez,
And like Ghost said to me I think there's about 5 because it was getting on, like it was fucking going on, and I was like, fucking other invite. I was like, how many? Who else is? He's like, you're the only one, mate. And he's like, we just keep getting you back because you fucking
yeah,
all gossip and fucking
Yeah,
drama.
good
you know?
times.
He's like, you
Yeah.
feed the good times, you know.
Yeah.
There's so much chat comes from it. So
Yeah,
I rated that. I was like,
Yeah.
fuck yeah. But I remember I had this like I wanted to win that thing, and I can remember. One year I didn't win it because of this, and the fucking next year I didn't win it because of that. So one year I didn't win it because I fucking lapped out at Smitty and cracked him in the head heaps. And
That's
I
right.
fucking
Fabled story.
I sprained my wrist on his head, right?
Oh, and you
So
couldn't boog.
it fucked me. The next year I jumped off the Cowrow cliff. It's like there's this big rock jump, it's about 23 meters, and I landed in the seat position and I cracked my coccyx, tailbone.
Tailbone.
Broke my tailbone.
Oh,
So
my
I was
God.
out, right? And there's just like I kept banging.
So all this,
Yeah.
I remember that because it was on the video, and you were like, "Fuck it," and you just jumped off, and you came
So
up, and you're like, "Oh."
We did I stood on the edge a couple of times and looked down and just felt sick. But all my boys were doing it. I was like, oh, you cunts can do it. I can fucking do it. So I ran from the back and jumped, and I ended up going on the piss and just landing sitting. And I fucked my ass up, something chronic. So
No,
that
so
was
that
me.
was the first 2 years.
Yeah. So it's out. Third year was 06. And I fucking was like, okay, I'm going to keep my shit together. I'm not going to hit the piss. I'm going to fucking do this, that, and the other.
Yep.
And
Motivated.
Yeah, got it and picked it off. Yeah,
Righto.
and there was a
Got the win.
big dinners day in there, and I was like, mate, as
This
soon
is
as
my
dinners
jam.
was above 4 foot, I was like,
This is my
I
jam.
got you.
Yeah.
The hard wave to surf, and I was like, no, none of these guts like,
Yeah.
just
You
done.
got it. You
And the
got it.
dinners day, like ubiquitous win across the crew because it's a peer reviewed.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
You
everyone
go and
judged-
watch the footage
Yeah,
afterwards.
and everybody in the comp judged the comp.
Yeah.
and that was a fucking. The model was Goose is a fucking genius. For
Yeah.
that. Like it was
Hell
such
yeah.
and Guardy behind it all doing all the fucking spreadsheets and shit. Like those two together made history there. And we were ahead of anyone else. Like Aussies weren't doing that. And to this day,
No.
I still think it's the best comp format.
I think
Show
so
me
too.
a bit like fucking come at us
Like
bugging.
long format. It's
Yeah.
over a long period of time, and it's all peer reviewed.
10 days,
The
peer
judges, the
reviewed,
writers are the judges.
3 camera angles. Like fucking beat that. Beat that.
No one really has since, really.
Beat that. Fucking
internationally, no one's beat.
no one's
that.
no one's touching it, mate.
No one's done
Kiwi
that.
ingenuity.
Yeah,
It's out the fucking gate, mate. Like
Mm.
hour long heats, 5-man hour long heats.
amazing.
Just fucking get out there and surf and get the shit filmed out of you and beat your fucking boys. Like get together and the nights. That year, the year I won was sponsored by fucking Lion Nathan. So
Yeah, like
got-
red.
I got a couple of pallets of fucking Lion Red, mate. My wall in my garage was stacked as high as I was with piss and like just
The local
weird-
fucking Spates rep hooked us
Yeah,
up those
yeah.
years, eh?
mate. And just such a vibe that comp. So much shit came from
And
it.
then so how did the Shark Island come about? How did you get the invite?
So I don't know that
Because
Goose's
Mark Fordham was doing
yeah,
that. by-
40, right?
40
So
was doing that.
Goose's model had shook shit up. Like cunts went, whoa, this is a fucking sick comp. And some people in Boogin looked at it and gone, this is so cool. Guys can't surf for shit, but this is fucking cool. You know, like what they're doing there is real core lord shit. And the Shark Island was a core lord comp, and they must have run Goose and they said, oh, fucking give us a couple of numbers because there was me. Then Diamond got the ring up, or it might have been the other way around. Maybe Diamond got first and I got second.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And you both went the same year. No, it was different year. Yeah, I thought it was year
I don't know
apart.
if he went first or I went second.
Because he got the crazy,
He got
steppy,
that
big
massive
year.
Alistair Taylor Riptide cover.
Oh, yeah, that was a psycho year
Yeah,
when it just
yeah,
went
yeah.
fucking ape
Massive,
shit,
yeah,
hey?
massive.
Do you remember that No Friends section with that song, like, and it showed all the footage?
Sure, they had a song, but
Yeah.
I know the one you're talking, and
Yeah.
it was fucking huge. Alistair Taylor made the cover to Riptide, and it was fucking stepped out and scat.
Was it a weird angle that year?
It was fucked. It was
yeah,
too east.
It was.
Too
Yeah, it
east,
was.
I think
It
that's
wasn't like it was
Yeah.
like 90% death
Yeah,
each
it
wave.
was
Eh?
fucked up. It
Yeah.
was. They should have called it.
Or Johnny D. I remember watching like
Yeah.
He got fucking destroyed. It was like 10
He gave it a
foot.
good crack.
He did. He
And
charged.
I saw Johnny D recently. He came down here. He's a full motocross guy. Fucking
Yeah,
jet
cool.
mode. Yeah.
Oh, no way. Shout out to Johnny D.
Yeah.
Love to get you on this one day.
He was like my fucking nemesis back in the day. Like me and him were just like fucking we're butt heads, you know. But we're chill as when I caught him up here.
Yeah, cool.
Anyway, so went over to the island comp. That was a cool thing. I was over there, massive waiting period. I was lucky that my work had branches in Australia. So they said to me, they're fucking good. They said, you go over there for 6 weeks and the days you surf, you just go and surf, and then you work the days that the surf's not good.
Okay.
So I just check the charts. Surf's good. I go surfing. If the surf wasn't good,
Didn't realize
I'd
that.
work.
You're working over there as
yeah,
well.
Yeah, I was working, you know,
crazy.
getting a bit of work experience.
Yeah.
Doesn't shut up. Fucking good. Like 6 weeks they gave me.
Wow.
And they didn't, it wasn't leave. They just paid me for 6 weeks.
Amazing.
And I surfed for 4 of them. Like,
Oh,
up and down. Like I was going up and down Ulladulla, up to
Yeah.
fucking Newcastle.
Free
whatever.
surfing. Yeah.
Yep. Mill tours, like the days that were flat, I was going to check out steel mills.
Yeah.
It was fucking awesome.
And so you're by yourself?
By myself, yeah.
And
I had a car. Yeah.
you just had a car and you just go chase surf when you could surf and fuck, was the waiting period wasn't 6 weeks.
Waiting period might have been a month or something. It was quite a long waiting period, maybe 2 weeks, but I took heaps of time either side to get my head around the place. So
cool.
surfed the place a lot. And anyway, the surf there was actually no real good island day until the day of the comp. So I was surfing other places and I got in with I was quite tight with Alex Mills, I think his name was. He was a local guy. I got on real well with him, and then Woody Sedgman I knew from I'd been in some comps prior in Ballina and shit like that, and I knew him and I'd kicked around with them, and I'd chased it pretty hard. I'd done the fucking box comp and I'd done North Point and I'd done a couple of GOV comps, and so I knew a few guys over there, and I'd run into them, and then I got right down in that crew. I was surfing daily with Sean Pine and Luke, who's got that body now.
Yeah. O'Connor.
Yeah, so I was surfing with them and going to parties with them and trying to fuck their mates and shit. Like, they'd get me out amongst the crew. And anyway, there wasn't any really good island days. So I'd fucked off. I was on the Central Coast. And
So you had no training on the actual wave.
I'd had a couple of days up surfing the zone and places up there. And I was out at some place called The Entrance, just some fucking shitty beachy.
Yeah.
On the day of the comp. And I paddled out and I was having a chat to a guy, getting a few pipes, and I'd been on the piss with fucking, I think it was Rastas, like Chris, Rastas from Dunedin.
Yeah.
I think he was from the Sunny Coast and he was over there at that time and he'd taken me out to these fucking clubs and shit. And I'd had a big night and then we'd gone out surfing the next day. And I was chatting to a guy on the lineup and he's like, oh, you said the comp's on.
No
shit. And I was like,
fuck.
Holy shit.
Bolted in.
Yep. Fucking next wave, straight in, up the beach in my fucking little Ford Fiesta or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Down the coast, rocked up, the heat before my heat.
Oh,
I was scared. I was panic mode.
Oh,
I ran up,
you'd be so rattled.
checked the fucking board and was like, whoa, it's not my fucking heat yet. And I had one full heat, then my heat. And I looked at the fucking heat draw, me, Stuart, Ben Player, and the fucking Ben Goal, the national champ at the time. And I was like, you fuck. I knew every name and I was like, oh, this is a hard heat. I was seated like ass last. I was and I was like, it's the island. I was like, I reckon Stu might be fucking off point or fucking Ben Goal might eat him. Like, I'd done the worlds. I'd been over to the fucking worlds after some scholastic shit or something, nationals or something. And I ended up getting fucking 25th. I did the best in the New Zealand team over there. Like, made it through. I got the longest through the comp in our team over there.
Nice.
And so I was like, well, fucking on any day, something could happen. I could get one. I said, I out tube ride half these guns. I was like, I said, if I get a good pipe opportunity, I was like, I could fucking, I told myself I can win the gun. And I just got eaten, mate. Like Benny P and Stew Bags fucking ate me, right? Like
no priority.
Snaking, priority.
Yeah.
Hard, like put the acid on and like, like I'm a big fish in New Zealand. I fucking snake guns. I play all those games. But when you're looking at Stuart and Betty P, like your fucking idols just fucking eating you. You're too kind. You're like, I wasn't battling them.
Would they look at you or they just wouldn't look at you like
fucking look me dead in the eyes?
Yeah, just
fucked me up, bro. And I was just like this little groupie getting fucking done, mate. They run a train on me. Those cunts fucked me up. And then I just bombed. I fucking bombed. Like, it was the first day it was proper south. And it does this thing, the island, like, You take off and it looks like a fat shoulder. You wash out to sea, then the whole thing turns and pumps through White Rock in the end bit.
Yeah.
And like, I'd only had days where it was the end section after this fucking White Rock bit or the main peak. And I'd never had days where you got the kick in. And like, these guys were on a whole different, they were on, I just didn't know what the fuck I was doing. And I was fucking stars in their eyes. And just got fucked.
So that was the first heat.
Yep.
And then
that was out. First heat.
Oh,
fucking
knockout.
Yeah, I was gone. I was fucking done, mate.
First heat gone.
Yeah,
that
just
sucks.
And and I had no shot. Like I got a fucking close out that went all dry on White Rock, got washed around and fucking wasted half my heat. And then I don't even know if I fucking tried to fucking spin in or something, but it was toast. I got nothing.
Damn it.
The angle was a new one for me. I hadn't had it, and I was just like, oh, it's a whole different wave, and I was reeling from all sorts of shit. Probably big night, bit of that.
Yeah.
Just fucked it. Yeah. So,
damn it.
Well, how did they fuck up like getting hold of you? Like, did they have a text tree going on or what?
No, they fucking disorganized.
Yeah.
What's going on out there?
Oh, it's a dog. It's a dog.
Oh, is their dog still here?
Oh,
So Fred's got. Yeah, it's I am fucking my dog, mate.
Mm.
Yeah,
Oh,
weird.
funny.
Yeah, so I don't know. Like I could have missed my heat completely. That 40 didn't get in touch with me. No one fucking Chuck Island guns are fucking useless, mate. Like look at them fucking bogans, eh? Like, I think they wouldn't have given a fuck if I showed up or not.
Pretty rough around there.
Yeah, but we invited the cunt. Like it's on him to fucking show up.
Yeah.
Yeah. But hey, look, and me too. Like I shouldn't have been on the fucking tins, Yeah.
Oh, young, no way. Yeah, that was a long time ago, eh? Fuck, man.
Yeah, big
Yeah.
era. It's almost 20 years ago now.
It was a big deal. Like I remember when you got in, and it was like, it was a big deal.
I was pumped, eh?
Yeah.
I was so pumped. That
Yeah.
was peak of my fucking booging, right?
Yeah.
That year, 2006, so much going on. Like Rhino on the lens, fucking Craftsman. I was getting all the waves and fucking, I had that perfect balance. Like I'd say to fuck off work if the surf was good.
Yeah.
I just, was arrogant enough or young enough to not have fucking overheads that I needed to feed.
Yeah.
Just a dream, mate.
Yeah, well, there was that period. Like, that's what I was saying before with you. Like, you really hit your straps around that with the rhino period.
Yeah, we would Friday would knock off work. We'd drive to the Catlins, right? So it's like 5, 6 o'clock. It's fucking 7 hours there at least. We'd drive down there. We'd get there at midnight. We'd wake up, surf, like, because daylight savings down there too. You got like fucking 15, 16 hours of light. Surf 5 to 8, have a feed. Fucking 9 till 12, have a feed, go back out, like 3 surfs a day. Would do that 2 days in the trot and then fucking drive home, like, and just that fucking huge amount of Ks.
I remember we had a dinner session years ago.
Yeah.
It was pumping.
Yeah.
I was saying to Joel last week, it was one of the
one.
And I remember it was one of those ones where it was the perfect swelling, it wasn't pinching.
Yeah.
And we were at low tide and fucking it was solid. It wasn't huge, but it was solid.
A couple of lifts as well.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
that photo of fucking Rhino, like
Yeah, I remember that. And anyway, me and you were out in the lineup, and this is back in the days when the big, like, we were the kook crew, but we were chasing waves. So there was like that always that bit of tension between my crew and fucking Wells and BT, big time, hard. But we just loved it, right? So I was out I think it was just me and you out on the peak.
Yeah.
And I had priority, and a bomb came through. It was a fucking sick one. And Wellesy's like, "Are you going?" And I was like, "Yeah." "Are you going?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I got it, and it was a goodie. Like, it was probably one of the best pipes I've ever got, because like coming up, right? I was still coming up. And I come out, and this is back in my bad kook days, hooting, and we've talked about that, like just all that insecure.
You're a cook.
Insecure, but talking about insecurities, it was all insecurities. We've talked about it, me and you. So anyway, I got that wave, and I couldn't. I was fucking carrying on like fucking dickhead,
Lanking on,
and then
trying to tell us is the best thing since sliced bread.
Yeah, it was so kooky. Anyway, I don't want to get into that. But what I do remember is the next set, and it was the biggest set I've ever seen out there. Yeah. And you took off, and you were so fucked off. I got that wave, and I what happened is you took off, and I remember looking down, and the reef just kept like go, like, when a big double up comes through on a reef like that, and I looked, and Wellesy's like taking off, you're taking off, and I see you just like going down like that, and like the reef's just growing that fucking much above, like below us,
Yeah.
and then I see you just come up, wash up on the reef, and you snap both of your fins.
Yeah.
Do you remember
that's
that?
right. Yeah, yeah.
You
I do.
snapped
Yeah,
the straps. It was that heavy.
yeah.
It was the
Yeah.
heaviest wave I've ever seen out there. Like there's definitely been bigger and heavier days, but it was so heavy. You snapped this. Yeah.
I think it would have had fuck all to do with being fucked off about your wave. I just think it would have been more about trying to be the man out there, you know?
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
yeah. But no, you were definitely, you used to fucking blow your trumpet. I think that was the thing. Blaketown was good for you, mate. It fucking rounded the edges off, eh? Fuck.
Exactly.
You used to fucking wank on about fuck all, mate. Like, and I remember that being like, this cunt. Fuck, it'd be all right if you didn't fucking wank on.
But no, and like we've talked about it, you and I, over the years. Like I agree.
You're too stoked. You're too puffed.
But no, but it wasn't that. It was insecurity. So it was like trying to
feather out a compliment, trying to feed out, trying to milk out a compliment.
No, seriously, it was because it was like such insecurities. So that was a good one.
I see, and actually that flow through. I reckon Nashit's got that more than you. Yeah.
Oh, but he's got better because I've talked to him about it.
Yeah.
Like,
but
just
that
let it do
was the
talking.
thing about that crew is like you guys would talk about it before others, and I'm like, man, if you've got to milk that out of the crowd,
oh no, because it's insecurities.
Whereas Blaketown was so good growing up, you couldn't get a fucking ego because cunts would own you. Like, seriously, like the moment you said that was half decent, we'd be fuck off, off. The tall poppy thing, and Kiwis are shocking for tall poppy.
But like, I think you're right because all the years I had on the coast, it was just like I grew in confidence in myself, and like in my surfing ability. So it just became less about you know, like I just got less insecure.
There is merit to the break you down and build you up model, right?
Yeah.
Like, so yeah.
It's true. It's true.
Not to say that everyone should be fucking thumbed down and held down.
No.
But there is a bit of like, okay, so you're saying this, you think you're that, here's how it is. Here's the whole thing. And you think you're here, you're actually there. But you know, this is all right. You've got this, at least you've got this bit, you know.
It's a weird thing because it's like a balance thing, right? Because like if you are so over the top about your accomplishments and you're trying to get feedback from people, then that's not healthy as well.
It drives people away.
It comes down to what you're doing it for, right?
Yeah.
If you're doing it for adoration or your own personal benefit, so be it. If you're doing it because you genuinely love the sport, well, that's another thing. But weeding through both, like nobody wants to hear you wank on about fuck all, you know?
No, it's true.
It's knowing that. It's knowing that.
But then also the other side of the coin is though, we all should be able to celebrate each other's fucking accomplishments too.
Yes. Yeah.
When it's worth it though too.
Credits
due.
But and that is golden, mate. Like so a big rub on the belly for those that deserve it.
Yeah.
That's the mark of a man. If you can go and do that, like when you see cunts not giving people the scratch on the belly that they need, that's when you know they're a dog.
I think because I think especially New Zealand surf culture, but especially in the booging, it got a little bit too like hardcore and like too competitive there for a bit. And so I think it drove some guys away a little bit.
Yeah,
you know,
it could have been a bit toxic, but I don't know, man. Like I'd always give the fucking pat on the back to those that deserved it. And like the thing is, like
I got to tell you something. Yeah. You've given me it like legit a couple of times when I used to live on the coast. Yeah. Like I got a couple of cow ones in the corner in front of you, and you come up to me and you're like, "That's fucking sick." And for me to get that because I didn't say anything, I just got the pipe, pedal back out, and I remember one like real day. And you just come up to me and you're like, "That was fucking sick, old Joe." And I was like, "Oh," and you know, I wasn't like, "Yeah,
you put that on top of the preconceptions I already had about you being a fuckwit from back in the day. Like that's a big thing, right? And I'm not beyond fucking saying, okay, that's legit to people. Like, so that's exactly.
But going back to that, the upbringing on the West Coast and New Zealand as a whole, and Australia as a whole as well, it's that tall poppy syndrome, eh? We're like, I always found it weird because I would want to do what you would do and like get a sick one and then be like waiting, you know, like waiting, like is someone going to say anything? Yeah. No one's saying anything. Okay, I'll swallow it down and carry on.
Yeah. I'd go to fucking Blaketown and I'd be like more prefixed on who's on the tip than fucking what set was coming up. I'd be like, who's
watching this? Yeah.
That's fucked up shit. And I can remember like we all used to watch each other, and I remember a comment Robbo made, which is a classic example of it. Is like you'd see a cunt getting the best bit of the day, and you go, fucking fall off, you dog. You know, like you just be watching him. I hope he doesn't make this. Like we used to fucking wish the worst on cunts.
Yeah.
And it's a fucking thing, and like it's a
Yeah,
competitive
but it's
thing.
young and competitive. We're all older now, so when we're out in good waves together at our age now,
Yeah.
it's just like you get a sick one, you're like, fuck yeah.
I can, and the emulation and shit that used to go on. I can remember a session where there was me, Eds, and Loey out, and it was like a 3 foot Blakeo's day. Nice, general, like not corner, just like
First peak, second peak.
First peak, nice ones. And I remember seeing Loey get a wave, do an invert, Eds get a wave, let's go fuck yeah, do an invert. And then I thought, yeah, I'm gonna get fucking do a better one and do a fucking invert. All three of us did exactly the same shit.
Yeah.
We all seen each other's shit,
And you wouldn't have said anything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We were just fucking looking at each other, going,
Because I'd always bring a different vibe. I would love to celebrate my waves.
Yeah.
And it used to fuck the boys off. Eh?
Oh, yeah,
Great.
you're doing now.
I know.
I
It's great.
heard you in a recent podcast trying to sell your merch or something. You're talking about Blakey, like just trying to draw the conversation back to some shit you've done. What was it? You're like, dude, who's your favorite drop near? And the fucking Pedro said, who's this fucking? I was like, oh, here we go. Koa, COA. It's fucking the same shit.
But the thing with him as well is he had the skills to back it up too, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so, and you grew up there in Blakeo's, you had the skills to back it up, whereas we started from naught.
Yeah,
You know?
it's not hard to be the best drop near in New Zealand when there's only 2 of the cunts. So,
I think I've still got a better comp record against you in drop near than.
I reckon like best drop nears probably goes Sammy P, Liam. You.
Legit.
I'd go fucking Jared Ferris and Ruben Quirk before me, mate. Jesus Christ.
Really?
Oh, fuck. Nah. You'd be actually Liam, then you maybe. I don't know. I like Liam's style better, eh? But
Well, he was a style
got
guru,
a
man.
style.
Yeah, Hickory Bay.
we probably like look at the fucking time. I need to get this list out, right? And I need
Yeah,
to put
yeah, crank into your
put it
list because I've
into-
got a couple of questions for you too.
I need to put it into the ether, right? So we got off the bangers and wadsy thing, right? So that
Yeah,
happened
cool. We're on the note.
once.
On the notebook.
Oh, this is a very small point, Joel. You
Yeah.
called slash, like when the flooding happens in Gisborne and the forestry waste comes down. You called it scrag, mate.
Oh,
You're from
instead of
Gisborne.
slash.
You're from
I
Gisborne,
called it
mate.
scrag.
You did, mate. Come on, fuck's sake.
I've got
Right.
an old drug out old brain.
Okay, so it's scrag. You like scrag? Any cunt listening to this? Be
Oh,
like, what the fuck's this
no.
going on about? It's fucking called slash,
Slash.
mate. Right. Right. So what hasn't been covered off is the indulge era, right? Indulge. Remember that skate clip?
We have talked about it.
Nah. Well,
surely
maybe
once.
you guys have talked about it one on one. It hasn't popped up. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Well, that
yeah.
was a massive
Surely.
era, right? We can touch back on any of these. So Loey, there's a couple of things here, but do you remember how fucking much the boys used to coerce that cunt? Like, so do you remember when the
Yeah.
boys talked him into buying a Batmobile on his learners?
Yeah,
Do you know this?
I do.
So is
I
that a
remember the
Phoenix
Batmobile,
Meatworks,
the
right?
black one.
Yeah. So all the boys were bogans. Like at that time, Goldie's brother was alive. Brad, he was a bogan.
Yeah,
Fucking Beaver was a bogan. They were
Yep.
all at the Meatworks.
yeah.
And
Luck.
they're like, Luckman,
Yeah.
they're all out there. And they're like, fucking Loey, mate. Fucking buy this Batmobile on your fucking learners.
RX-8.
Yeah, RX-7.
Seven,
Yeah.
sorry.
And a fucking cunt bought a fucking RX-7. They
remember.
conned him into going to
So
Indy
young.
cars, racking up 20K in the fucking 2000. Like,
Did he
30
crash it like within a year or so?
No, someone else crashed it because he couldn't fucking drive it. He was on his learners, so the boys used to drive it.
Oh my
Boys used to do
gosh.
fucking skids and like do laps, and he'd just sit in the passenger seat.
Lower used to get pressured into.
He used
heaps
to
of
get
shit.
pressured into heaps. So he bought that fucking baddie, and before that, he had that white station wagon. It was a Nissan Sunny. And do you remember that fucking when he was on holiday, the fucking boys drove it into the sea? Do you remember that?
No, I wasn't there then.
Oh my god! So first of all,
heard about it, though.
I believe Smitty and Foddy took it out the forestry block.
I've
Fuck
heard
knows
this
where.
story, carry on.
Shot his car, like put bullets fucking through his car. Fuck knows where those cunts got a fucking gun from. They shot his car to shit. They drove the fucking thing into the ocean while he was away. And then he came back. He said, my car's been stolen. And the cunts was just like, oh, fuck, where is it?
That's weird.
And then someone said to him, it's down the beach for seen upside down in the tide line. It's fucking, I remember seeing the cunt full of shingle upside down. They fucking drove that full honk off Doug's off the bank into the fucking ocean.
That's what friends are for, eh?
That's what friends are fucking for. So like that one hadn't come up, and I thought that was a crack.
Yeah, it's a classic story.
Right. So
Well, what about the down the isolated when the ducks aren't real? Or
oh
ducks
yeah,
can't
yeah,
fly.
ducks can't fly. Yeah.
That fabled story.
I'll grab another one. of
You were
these.
there for
Go
that
to one of
one?
the yellow ones now. Yeah. Yeah.
You were there for that one, eh?
Yeah, duck can't fly. I also remember that no, black and yellow like that. Yeah.
You have
So
that.
I remember there
I'll have
being
one of those ones.
some really good footage. So for a while there, Loey, he lived in Dunedin, right?
Yeah, you did.
He did.
Yeah.
So he was down there early doors before us and shit. Do you want to come around the back, girl? Get in the clip. Yeah, go on. Come sit. The back seat's empty, mate. Like Hodjo only takes up half of it, or 2/3.
3/4.
Yeah. Well, you can sit on the engine lid, mate. Like back in the. Oh no.
Oh,
yeah.
up to you. Up to you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We'll see yourself. So anyway, like he was down there before us, and there was some classic footage of him, guys trying to suck his dick with a vacuum cleaner. Do you remember this?
Yes.
And he was in a dress wandering around Goose's flat, and his fucking dick was shrinking up inside himself. Like,
Wait, so remember did you ever go to a few of the Greymouth parties? And I wasn't living there, but I heard about them. This was when Bradley's cousin, the other McEwen, I forget his name right now, and Nathan McEwen, and the other one,
well, yeah.
mind blank.
Yeah.
But they'd have the vacuum cleaner parties.
Yeah.
Where they would just get pissed and whatever, and then they'd just get their dicks out and vacuum cleaner.
Yep. So
that go down to Dunedin.
Yeah, that went down to Dunedin.
Yeah.
And there was another. Here's a classic.
Weird
that
times,
that isn't on my fucking list here.
Yeah.
But so we used to dial up soft porn on Loey's parents' fucking Sky account, right?
Oh yes.
And,
I remember those channels. They were like,
we sit around in the semicircle of like camp chairs and just fucking jack off in the lounge, like wank. Nobody's looking at each other. Everyone's looking at the porno. But I remember like once there was a didgeridoo on the wall, and everyone was putting their dick in this fucking didgeridoo and like pumping it because it had like a waxed lip and it was like the perfect size, and everyone had just been fucking this didgeridoo, like just railing it, and like. And fucking no shit. Like Loey's parents came home from the pub. Oh. And Mullet had just taken his dick out of this didgeridoo, run it over to the wall and put it back up. And this fucking cunt walks in the door and goes, "Oh, look at this." Put it up to his lips.
No.
And everyone's sitting in the lounge and just whip their dicks up, turn the telly off. This cunt goes and takes the thing off the wall that everyone had.
Phil.
No, not Phil. One of Phil's
random.
mates puts his fucking mouth on it and starts going, wow. And everyone's like, and he's like, what? Am I doing it right? And everyone's like, yeah, you're doing it right.
Yeah, you're doing it good. Keep going.
So, all right. So here's another one that no one's talked about is a North Shore whip-off, right? You guys all familiar?
Yeah.
NSWO, right?
Yeah.
So
Sorry, explain the acronym.
Yeah, okay. So
NSWO.
is a big thing in Boggin for a bit.
You heard about this? This is when Loey went to the North Shore.
Yeah, so Loey went to Pipe, right? Like, so we have a couple of NZers that have been to the Pipe.
Amazing story.
We've got Ben McKinnon. Ben McKinnon was the fucking most accomplished Pipe.
He got in the quarterfinals.
He fucking did, mate.
Know that?
Nah, so yeah, bit of history there for your team. But so Benny Mac, big hitter, but Loey got invited over. Now, you need to get this from Loey. I've only got this cobbled together story. I've heard it from him. It's fucking like 20 years since I've heard it. I've heard bits and bits. He's told it to 100 people and it keeps coming up. But apparently there's a couple of things. So he said out in the lineup, like there's big swinging dicks out there in Kainoa.
And he's surfing pipe and backdoor.
He's surfing pipe and backdoor. He told me you could smell Kainoa before you'd see him. Like apparently he stunk. Like he just had BO in the lineup. Like that was a thing, he said. And anyway, he said like if you burnt these guys, snaked these guys, fucking chandelier to wave on them, like there was proper that Dahui beatdowns and shit that went on, like. And then anyway,
the gnarly Johnny Boy Gomes days.
That's it. Guys were getting the fucking shit kicked out of them. And I remember Loey saying, like, he got, so apparently this is the yarn, right? And you guys need to hit Loey up about this because this just sounds outlandish.
Well, the Loey podcast is going to be fun.
Right. So Loey apparently got molested by, right? You ready for this?
Yeah.
Fucking buckwheat. Yes, you're fucking right. So buckwheat. Kainoa,
buckwheat is,
buckwheat, Kainoa, and it was either Kevin Yap or Chris Wan. I can't remember the fucking one. Like the most outlandish fucking like poly fucking
And
book.
why? Because he burned someone?
He
or
did. He pushed a section down or he burnt someone. Anyway, so he said like, this is the yarn as I remember it, right? And you have to straighten this up.
Yeah,
This could be
cool.
one of these fucking list jobs for some other company.
Yeah.
So he burnt a guy. He got a wave. He heard all this whistling
Oh,
and
no.
signaling
That'd be the
and clicking
worst feeling
and cunts
ever.
waving, and he's like, "Oh fucking no!"
I'm out.
Something.
I'm
He's
out.
like, "Yeah." He ran up the beach. There's already a cunt waiting for him.
Oh.
They fucking like bodyguard put his arms behind his back, dragged him into the bush. They pinned him down, and he's like, "Ah, fuck!" They're expecting to get the shit beat out of him. And they said, "Listen here, boy, we're sick of fucking cunts, fuck yeah, no, cunts talking about us for bullying and shit like that." They're like, "We're gonna do some shit to you, never gonna talk about." He reckons they decked him, started jacking his dick off full honk. Like he reckoned he had Kainoa on one arm, Chris Wan on the other, and buckwheat on his legs, just jerking his dick, like fucking jacking him off.
That is the weirdest fucking It's like, that's the most like demoralizing thing.
He
I
reckons,
even prefer to get beaten up, eh?
yeah, he reckons it was
You've
about
never heard
like,
the story.
he reckons it was the most hardcore localism. Like they were like,
Acronym,
they're like-
NWSO.
they
From whack off.
were like, "You're not going to get famous off us," because like some kind of got famous for Johnny Boy Gomes fucking him up, like and there was all these clips of Spence Skipper getting in a crack.
Yeah. So like, we're gonna send you home
and
to like get the psych
cunts were
ward
like, "We're going to fuck you up in a way that you're not going to get clout off," and they fucking dexed him and like just yanked
Whacked
his
him off.
dick
But
raw.
is that just a tall tale from Lowy?
I reckon Lowy's
Could
one
be.
for tall tales, but
He loves
he
a
came
tall
back with
tale.
that yarn, and I was like, "Fuck, that is the most outlandish." And I was like, "Did it work?" And he's like, "Yeah, I wouldn't burn them again." So I don't fucking know, but
NSWO.
dig into that because that is like the most iconic yarn that you guys haven't touched on yet. So
Yeah, that's great.
NSWO. So
That's
Goose,
great chats.
straighten the record here. Goose wanked on in the fucking
The Goose episode.
Goose episode.
Yeah.
I got real pissed. There was heaps of piss involved.
Yeah.
Classic
Are
yarn.
you correcting Goose's
Yeah,
memory?
I'm correcting Goose's
Cool, cool,
memory.
cool,
so,
cool.
and I'll add on a little tale of my
Nice.
own, which is a cracker.
Yes.
Is I pissed in a big bot when we were playing Circle
Oh,
of Death.
sounds fucking familiar.
And
Sounds
and
familiar.
Duncan Smith chaffed my bottle of piss. And then I thought, oh, I know
Oh.
someone else that's done that.
Fuck.
And Robbo copped a crack for it.
Yeah.
And I just wandered off into the night. As
That's
good
another
as
story.
gold. I
We've
love
already
that.
talked about that. But carry on. So,
So
what was
anyway,
it?
I got fucked up and I took a tomahawk to the hall and cut off the cladding and burnt it in the fire because it was cold. Because it was freezing cold. And anyway, Goose is like, fuck. No, because we were sleeping in some fucking
Haggard
booth.
Hall.
Haggard, white, Niagara.
Oh,
and we took
Niagara Hall.
we,
Yeah,
we,
yeah.
we shaved off on the end one side of it, so it said Viagra Hall. So like we
Just
fucking
desecrating.
shaved the fucking. Yeah, we fucking. I ended up cutting the hall down to burn because it was so cold in there. And anyway, Goose was like, "Oh, he just fucking left me with that." I fucking paid the cunt. I made him whole for whatever the fucking repair bill. So he got paid. Right.
Did he
So
talk about that, did he?
so
I don't remember that.
I've got here Hodjo dress sense. Get fucked. We've been over that. Right. So we got there's two sort of yarns that pop up that come around, in regards to me over the days. So is the Dick Ring chat popped up? Has that come up in your podcast around
I
the
remember
localism in Timaru and Denny's missus having like dildo business and the
Yeah, no, Rhino
come
told the dildo one.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I
And then
Had a-
Dick
had
Ring.
a set
You
two
came
with
to
a
the
guy with a
door.
Dick Ring on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I know
Okay.
who exactly. Remember that? I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah, it's
Paul.
Paul. Yep.
Yeah.
So, and then the other one was a smart. No, I'm just wondering if it had come up
Yeah,
because I couldn't remember it, and I'd written it down at a point here, and I hadn't listened to all of them because I don't listen to the podcasts with just you two.
That's fucking hurtful, Wellsy. What do you listen to? What else do you listen to?
The iconic
What?
personalities. Like I've seen enough of you cunts to do me right for the rest of my days, right? So I listen
That's
to
a
the
fair point.
I listen
That's a
to the
fair
people
point.
I want to hear from, right? So
That's
yeah.
a fair point. Yeah.
what about the Smarty Haldane yarn? Have you copped that from me yet?
No,
About
no.
the
Crank
sinking
it
of
out,
the
crank it
ski? All right. So that's a bit of an iconic one. So we got this guy,
Paint
Nick
us a
Smart.
picture. What year is it?
Fuck
Don't
a
know.
year, right?
Give
So
us
we'll
a-
call it 2010 or 20. Okay, so no, let's get this right. I moved to
Get the
Dunedin in
elephant brain
2010,
working.
so it would have been 2014 or 15, right?
Cool. Here we go.
So pre pre your fucking Pauls and your Grants down in Lighthouse Timaru and your Guddies and all your hard boys.
Mate, you've got so many good stories
Yep.
down there
So,
too.
Yeah,
'Cause you
No,
fucking
no,
you
dude,
you
dude.
had this is I want to talk about this because back in the Timaru days when you were first starting to go down there, you were full of piss and wind, and you didn't give a fuck about the locals,
Yeah,
really, did you?
They were hard locals.
Yeah, they were hard locals, and you were just like, fuck them.
Fucking all go. I was like,
You were.
I was like, show me a fucking a fucking scuffle that's happened in New Zealand where someone's actually had more than a black eye.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck it, I'll take all these cunts I got.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this
Yeah,
is a hard Timaru local that had gravitated to the Catlins
Yeah.
because he just saw the light and went, actually, this is a fucking place with a
Oh,
way.
is he not one of the jet ski crew, is he?
Yeah, he's the he's the
gotcha.
guy that used to fucking intimidate cunts with skis, cut through the lineup, spray them, fucking drive them out, fucking just staunch them
Tough
out.
guy.
Staunch them out. This cunt, right? Like, so I'd heard the chat about Smarty, Nick Smart, fucking homo, right? Homo. This cunt. Massive floating fucking boogeyman in the fucking scene, right? And anyway, I'd heard all this chat. Oh, fuck, Smarty might be out there. He'll fucking look out. He'll get out there on the ski. He'll fucking run through the lineup. This cunt was like fucking, honestly, run you over with a ski.
What a
Like,
douche.
absolute. I fucking see the cunt. I see the cunt. He's like 50. He's a grey-haired old man.
Right.
Scrawny as the day is
Small
long.
penis syndrome, maybe.
I have a look at this cunt and I'm like, fuck me. Why the fuck does anyone give this cunt any oxygen? And anyway, so he's out. We're at Haldane. It's a massive ground swell, like 16, 18 seconds. It's 3 to 4 foot with the odd 6 to 8 footer.
Oh,
Like,
nice.
it's like that down there. Just
Yeah,
like
yeah. Just the odd fucking
30 minutes apart. These
Right.
bombs coming.
yeah.
And we're out there surfing 3 to 4 footers. He comes ripping across the bay in a ski, and someone early on PMK, chillest dude ever, is like, oh, that might be Smarty. Oh, fuck. And I'd never met the cunt. And I knew like there was going to be a fucking battle of the gods. 'Cause I was like, I love
You're a G'd up. You're like, here
I
we go.
fucking
Yeah,
love
yeah,
a
yeah.
bloke like this. I
You love
love
a
a
confrontation.
confrontation.
Yeah.
I love a chance to bring into the fucking the ether,
Yeah.
the whole
Love a bit of
book
chaos.
surf.
eh? Love a bit of chaos.
Love a bit of confrontation. So I thought, yep, great. Today's the day, right? I just knew it the way he's going 100 clicks across the bay. I was like, this cunt, he's coming in hot. Fucking rocks up.
By
comes-
himself.
Yeah, no. Him,
Oh, no.
him and a mate on a
Obviously,
ski,
yeah.
and there's
Okay.
me and one
So
other
just
guy.
him and, okay, so you're on
So-
PMK.
Two out, two coming in.
Okay.
Rips
Plenty
past
of
us
waves.
real
Plenty of
fast,
waves.
like cuts quite close, a bit of intimidation shit, full honk, ren, fucking comes across, and you got something to say, mate?
No. Go
Yeah. So he comes across the bay, cuts in with some intimidation shit, fucks off out the back, anchors the ski, and anyway, like he parks up, he paddles in, and there's me and him on the peak, and so a couple of waves come through, and I know that there's fucking big sets at the
Coming,
moment, yeah, and
yeah.
he's like thinking it's 3 to 4 foot. He's
Oh.
only just turned up. And so there's a couple, he fucking, a set comes, he snakes me, and I think, "Oh, whatever, just let it go.
Yeah.
Another set comes, he sits outside of me, but then he snake, like I paddle battle him a little bit when he comes back out, and then I sit and he sits.
Mm.
Then a set comes and he goes like paddle battles me, and I just let him snake me because I'm like, it's a mediocre one.
Yeah.
Then fucking third time a decent one comes through, he starts battling, I paddle battle him. I'm like, fuck, you're not fucking having this.
Yeah.
And like we paddle battle deep as, and I'm like, oi, and like it gets to the point where he's starting to push too deep. I'm like, oi, I'm fucking going this one.
Yeah.
mate.
Fuck
Okay,
off.
you got this. I look at him, I get his attention, and I'm going.
Yeah.
He goes, I go, like fucking he drops in on me.
no.
I scoop down, I pull in, I'm in the pit, and I see him riding down the line, and his fucking weight
Shoulder
I'm
hopping.
into the shocky. Yeah, he fucking doesn't even
You
get
made the
fit.
barrel?
No, I'm fucking
Oh.
toast.
Ah.
I go over the falls, whatever. I come up, he's ridden it all the way to the end, like fucking toes on the nose, kook he is. And he's paddling back out, and I start paddling over to him. I was like, oi, come here. I was like, fucking, yeah, what the fuck was that about, mate? And he's like ignoring me, and I fucking sit right, I paddle over right on him. I'm like, what the fuck was that about, mate? I fucking called that. You knew you fucking burnt me. And he's like, fuck off, leave me alone. I was like, no, look me in the eyes, you coward cunt.
Yeah.
I was like, you got the fucking balls to burn me, but
Then
you won't
fucking
even
face
fucking
up.
look me in the face.
Yeah.
He keeps going, fuck off, cunt. He's paddling ahead of me, and I'm behind him. I'm like, no, fucking look at me, you fucking homo.
Yeah.
And he's like, nah, fuck off, you fucking lid, fucking no. All this shit.
Right.
I'm
Here we go.
paddling, and then he sits on his board. He's out the back now. He's got nowhere to fucking paddle.
Yeah.
And I paddle around him. I fucking look at me. He keeps looking away, like doing a full. He's facing the shore, and I'm like, oh fuck you. I was like, I'm going to go sink your ski. That'll get your fucking attention. He's like, leave my ski alone. I'll start pedaling.
The ski was out there. Like,
anchored,
oh,
and I was like, I start pedaling out. He's like, oh, fuck off, and turn around. He's on my tail like hooning. And I get up. I think about it as I'm going out there because I've got pace on this gun. He's unfit. I'm fit.
Yeah. And flippers.
And flippers and shit. Like, and I'm thinking, right, I'm not gonna sink a ski. I'm not gonna take the bung out.
No, but
like,
you're just gonna.
but I was like, wait a minute, I'll just take the fucking key out. Even better. So I fucking get up on his ski and I pull the key out and I wrap it around my wrist. And he's like, he's trying to climb the ski and I'm on it like straddled. So I'm kicking him off as he's trying to climb up, kicking the cunt into the water. And he's like, yeah. So I take his key. And I was like, here we go, cunt. So, and he's like, I'm gonna fucking do this. I'm gonna do that. And I was like, all right, mate, I'll come down into the water. Right, fucking get down. Like, so I've kicked him off about 5 times. I get down in the water on his level. He's like, give me my keys. Give me my keys. And I'm like, nah, fuck off, cunt. I was like, you're going to fucking apologize.
Good.
And he's like, give me my keys. And he's having a wig out. And he starts getting his board. He's like, I'm a fucking spare you. And I go, have a fucking go, mate. I was like, you're about 50. I'm fucking 30, mate. I'll kill you. And he's like, and he fucking threw his board at me. Tried to
he did the old dog move.
Me, put my elbow on his fucking tailpiece. His leash is going down. I start standing on his leash and drowning him. I'm fucking standing on his leash. He's just getting fucking done. And I'm way taller than him. And I've got my board and his board under my arm. And I fucking just drown this cunt, waterboard him. Until he's like, he's screaming, he's crying. This cunt is fucking crying. He's like 50 years old. He's broken. He's fucking broken.
You broke that man.
He's broken.
Broke that man.
Okay, I'm sorry. And he's fucking like losing it. His mate and BMK are like 40 meters away watching
gun. BMK's eating popcorn gun.
What the fuck is going on here? And he's like, he comes up. And I was like, what's that, mate? He's like, I'm sorry. I'll fucking give him his fucking keys. I'll give him his keys. And he's like, I'm just, he has a realization. He goes, well, I had a fucking hard day, mate. A wonderful day. I woke up. I checked the surf. You cunts are out here. He goes,
poor guy. What a poor guy.
You're still out here. And I was like, oh, fuck. And he goes, you know, it's just fucking, it's not the same. And I was like, oh. And then he goes, oh, fucking. God. And he goes to me, he goes, and it's make things worse, you fucking boogers. And I said, oh, you probably feel the same about black people too, mate.
Nice. That's such a good call, bro. I love that. Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I do hate Marys. And I said, Mary, get out of here. I said to him, I was like, well, I'll tell you what, mate. I said, I'll fucking tell you what. I said, I'm coming back. I'm going to be here the next day.
Yeah,
the day
so
after
fucking
that.
live with it.
And I was like, you need to make your bones with this car. Yeah. And then anyway, by this time, we're back in the lineup. He's got his keys around his wrist. He didn't put them back in the skis. He's paddled back into the surf with his fucking keys tied up. And his mate goes, oh, that was an interesting start to the session. and then we sat in a mob, like we just sat in a pack and we went wave for wave.
It was all good after that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Isn't that funny?
I love that, bro. That's some old school justice.
Fuck that.
You know what I mean? When you bring those shit vibes, you know?
Fucking homo, mate. And like, we'd had a few of those, right? Like, so I cracked another couple of cunts. There was one that's not on this list, but there's a guy called Sam. Just a real fuckwit. And like, I was surfing Sandfly one day and I run past him, his missus, and some other fucking gonzo on longboards. And they're like, fucking boogers. I'm glad you're going out. Sharks will get you first.
Oh, yeah.
And
that old
all
trope.
that. And anyway, so he turned out to be like quite a heavy and like trying to snake and be the fucking like,
alpha.
He was trying to alpha me out.
He can't alpha you, bro.
Yeah,
he can't alpha you.
I was just like, fuck. And like I got to the point, I was like, fucking hell, mate. Like I said, you need to fucking give it a bone, mate. I was like, it's fucking Sandfly. And then he's like, yeah, fucking rah. And then I was like, you go on this? So I put the acid on. I'm like, you go on this, my mate? You go on this? And he'd fucking go, yeah. And he'd miss it. I'd be like, all right, you're back of the line now, mate. Like,
nice.
The acid on.
You're good.
And then a wave came when I'd said to you, right, you're fucking done.
And he thought he was going.
No. I said, can I please have this one?
Oh.
In front of his missus and shit. And
she was out surfing.
I snapped my leash. I was like, oh, fuck on this one. I'd just given him shit about it. I said, oh, can I have this one? And fucking, I snapped my leash, and his mate and his missus have been seeing this heat up. They're all sitting in a pack. We're all one together.
Yeah.
And they've been seeing him fucking hassling me. And I said, fuck off, mate. It's fucking Sandfly.
Yeah, just chill.
And all this shit, like, can I have this one? You going this one? All right, you're the back of the line now, mate. You called it. You fucking
yeah.
And anyway, snapped my leash. My ball got washed out the rip, full fucking jump.
No,
the mate paddled out and got it for me, and he was like, "Oh, get that, don't you?"
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so
that's good.
That was one.
I love going back to that the psychology of that old 50-year-old dude.
Yeah.
Like, he was going through his head. Oh, like there's two
the
people out.
entitlement,
There's
the
two
fucking
people out in the way.
entitlement.
There's two people out. He's like, I'm fucking. You're still out there, and I've driven over, and
Oh, I've
and
done
the
this.
bloody bugs as well.
Yeah,
like,
that was
like
bad.
how
I got a
sad is
piss.
that? How sad is that? Take a piss. Oh my god, I actually can't get over that.
That's the best story we've ever had on Swoo.
It's got to be up there, mate. It has to be.
It's gotta
It has
be.
to be.
We've had some goodies, but
That's got to be up
That-
there with the best yarn.
I'm still reeling from that, eh?
Yeah,
Just the way he just
I just love it because I've had a bad day.
he like has like a bit of a break.
Yeah, you've had a full breakdown.
Breaks through the fourth wall with them. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good.
I love it how he actually had a go, like try to do the old board spear attack, and missed. And then he would have realized, oh, fuck.
So good, man. I'm like, I'm sore after that.
My God.
I was
that
doing the
was
full
next
like
level.
grabbing you.
I know. That was great. Mate,
Oh,
that is
yeah.
best chat, bro. Honestly. I love it. I love it.
So how's your notebook looking, Wellsy?
Just rattle through like a few of these real quick, and you can touch on them. So you remember that time Brooksy got his keys mashed into his shit at
At Timaru?
Yep.
Yeah.
Did he get pushed into his shit as well, or is it just the keys?
Keys got the keys got put. No, so what happened is the shit got put in Naismith's shoes.
Yeah.
And then the keys got put in the shoes.
Yeah.
I nearly got my fucking head taken off because
Yeah.
I was the only one sitting on the beach.
Yeah.
Like, oh, just basically, this was at the height of the tension between the Boogs and the Timaru locals. And Micro turned up, and the boys, it was kind of shit that day. I won't name where, but it was kind of shit that day. And so I didn't decide to go out. I was like, it's fucking average. And the boys went out for a paddle.
Fucking
And
name
then
it.
all
Like, there's
those-
none
all
of the
those,
country to make it crowded.
All those fucking locals. Like, you remember that guy with the skinhead guy? And the,
Yeah, that's Grant. That's
Yeah.
Grant. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
refrigerator.
And he rocked up with his dog,
Yeah.
right? And then Paul and a bunch of others. And I was the only one on the beach. Oh, Brooksy fucked up so bad. He took a shit right where everybody gets changed.
Yeah.
And I was blowing up at him. I was blowing up at him. Like, don't
No,
do that.
yeah, I gotta.
And then he spotted it and he just lost it. And then and then on the way home that night, so we got back to Christchurch and I was like fucking seething, like, and I'd like held it in, and then we dropped the other boys off, and I was like, you needed like, and he started trying to talk like and blame the other guy, and like, sorry Brooksy, long time ago, and then I was just like, you need to take some fucking accountability, like, and then we started arguing, and then I got real heated to a point where I said, you need to let me out of the car or I'm going to do something to you. Because and he just dropped me off in Brum Street, and with all my gear, I said, let me out of the car or I'm going to kill you. It was so hectic. Like, that was a bad day.
What's going on with the shit?
Oh no, I just wanted to comment on that because that was a classic yarn that hadn't come up. And
So he like spotted the shit, and he was Paul. He found all our gear. And then he saw Brooksy's camera bag, and he was like, "You fucking take photos!" And I was just sitting there, and I was like, "I'm not gonna," because he was like, "Stand up! I'm gonna fucking go." And I was like, "I'm not gonna stand up because you're all gonna jump me. Like all of you are gonna jump me."
Yeah.
So I was like, "I'm not gonna stand up." And then he just started going through Brooksy's like all his bags. He tore apart his camera bag. He found his keys. He just put all the shit in Naismith's shoes. Yeah. Brooksy, he knows he fucked up that day.
Yeah.
So,
So
it was so kooky.
off the back of that, right? So there's an old boy there called Goodie, and there's a few other fuckwits there. But so what happened one day? I don't know if I heard that story first or if we did this and that led to that story being more heated. But we were always shitting on the beach, and they always had a problem with that. So
You wouldn't give a fuck, would you?
that track,
You would have shit
that
on the beach
track
all the
used to
time.
go like down, and it used to go through a knee-high bit of clay. It was like real narrow, just after the car park.
Yeah.
It would cut down before the railway line. It would cut down real narrow, and it was like you could only fucking get your knees through it, and it was single file. And I thought, fuck these cunts. We're the first guys here today. I'm going to shit in this bit where you have to walk. So I laid like three logs in a row.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
just like right in this one bit where you have to walk and just went right over, cracking up like these cunts are standing in this. And then we went for that fucking surf and we came in and this cunt Goodie, who's like about 80 years old, goes, "Who done the crap? Which one of you boys done the crap?" And we're like, "What are you on about, mate?" And he's like, we fucking know it's human. We know it's human crap. And we're like,
We did DNA testing.
yeah. We're like, "What do you mean, mate?" And he's like, "We can make people very unwanted around here. You know that."
Oh.
And I was like, me and Rhino in the car, like, "I don't know what you're on about, mate. But fucking, you get a couple or what, you know?" Like,
Yeah, change topic.
Yeah. And I was like, fucking, that probably led into that.
Nice.
So Grant, that cunt with the fucking tats around his neck and the skinny cut, the gnarly looking dude. When I went to Denny's wedding with Rhino, Denny seated us in a table with me, Rhino, Paul, and Grant.
Oh, wow.
And like we thought, fuck, we saw the seating arrangement. We walked in and we're like, and fucking we were there first, so they rocked up and they're like, they seen the names on the napkins. And
They would have thought,
And anyway, Grant's wife rocks up and she's like, "Oh, yeah, he needs to fucking give it a break, eh?" She goes, "He's got a telescope and we look out over the lighthouse and he's fucking looking through the telescope every time. I don't know that guy." She goes, "The other day, I fucking seen him look through that telescope and go, 'Who's that? Who's a fuck? Oh, fuck.' And he's cursing. He drove down there and he slashed their tires." And I said, "Grant, you're fucking 45 years old. You need to grow up." He came home. He didn't even surf. He just went down there, slashed their tires, and came back and watched. And I'm like,
that's localism, baby. That's localism, baby.
And she was like, it almost caused a domestic case. So we're having a laugh about that.
Did she tell that story in front of him?
In front of him. She
Yes.
was emasculating him.
How
Like,
good.
we were like, these cunts.
Was he all puffed up?
We were like, these cunts and their fucking localism. I was like, for years, these guys leaned on us. Like, and she's like, "Oh, yeah, he needs to fucking get over it." And she's like, "The other day, I seen this. You're 45 years old."
That's epic.
We had, what do we got this? You know, Smitty met his missus at my 21st. Yeah.
No.
That's-
Oh, yeah.
The union there. She was one of the chicks kicked around with back in the day.
Crazy.
Yeah, and fuck, just dancing on tables and shit. And Smitty and Gantley, there's a clip somewhere on one of Goose's vids of like the boys looking up at some chicks on a table in like a green night vision.
Yeah.
One of the chicks slaps Gantley because they're all grabbing her ass and shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the night. That was the
random.
night Smitty met his missus.
At your 21st. Oh, crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
A few notes in the old notebook.
Yeah,
eh? He's been
So
studying.
the isolated comp, real classic one there is we had a big night in Queenstown on one of them. That we went to that cow row and shit.
Yeah.
And fucking Goose jacked up a 3-bedroom inner city flat for 16 of us.
Oh, fuck.
And like, he was real sus. He's like, "Yeah, just me and mate, you know." And 16 of us crept down, and then we run a deal like the first fucking guy to get laid gets a bed, all right? So first 3 to drag a chick home, get rights to bed, and everyone else is on the fucking floor.
So everyone's on the hunt.
Yeah. So I was the first cunt to pull. I pulled this chick from the UK, and I was fucking like, I was smoking darts with her, just anything to fucking get her home and lock it down.
No, it too, like,
Yeah, I was fucking, it was wincing, mate. Anyway, get this chick back to the fucking place, and I sit down on the bed, and I sat on the remote, and it's a fucking Man U soccer game, and she's like, "Oh, I haven't seen a fucking game. I've been traveling for 6 months."
watch
So she
soccer.
wants to watch fucking soccer. We did a pash up and fucking starts watching soccer. I Joe out. She wakes me up to say goodbye. And like,
He didn't even root her.
but I got a double bed to myself.
What the
Oh,
hell?
fuck. Shit.
Loving these quick fire
Yeah,
stories.
quick fire,
They're
there's a
good.
couple there that have been
They're
done.
good.
Cliff jump, broken tailbone, Joel and pissing on Robbo's mum covered. Oh.
No, I don't.
No, he
Don't
can't
deny it.
deny it.
No.
He told the story. He said he woke up in the bed knowing something was wrong.
Yeah. Have you not listened to the Frankie podcast?
Gotta
Come
get on, mate.
on.
Fucking what?
That was-
You probably edited it, cunt. Fucking hell. Yeah.
Would have. He probably
Um,
did.
I lost my virginity in Greymouth. Yeah,
Whoa.
Gate Range, right? So that was my
Yeah, I have
fucking
heard that.
yeah. So I was 19 for I lost my V plates. It was it was a long. I was a sober fucking
Straight edge.
motivated straight edge.
Yeah.
And come over there and ways of the world. I went
Yeah.
to a
Good old
Prob-
Greymouth party.
probably can't tell the story because my kids and my mum might watch it.
Oh,
You want to get into it? Yeah,
why
right.
not?
So there was a
It's a rite of
It was-
passage.
yeah. It was a crook setup, right? Back in the day, like they're talking about the group ranks that people were having and shit like that. Like it was just really weird shit, right? Like people were doing strange shit.
Can
in
I
small towns.
quickly jump in?
Yeah.
Because I remember there was a party and I did actually hook up with Kate Grange in this party. This
Yep.
is after you
She's the
probably.
nymph, mate. She's a goer.
Yeah, and I remember it was like there were people in the room and it was weird for me because I'd never actually like it was normal to hook up with someone while other people were in the room and it was weird for me, eh?
Yeah.
What?
What?
Hey? It was just fucking weird.
Yeah.
I just like it was really intimidating, like trying to hook up with someone when
Here's,
people are in the
here's a
room.
side note, right? Like I want to tell you a real funny side note. Tell me
You.
Tell me if you know this name, because if you don't, fucking Ads and Lowy definitely will.
But anyway, your V
Yeah,
plates of
V
caddy.
plate. So yeah, we went to a party. It was a real sausage fest, like dudes everywhere. There's like 3 chicks there.
Yeah.
And me and Lowy, this is bullshit stuff that goes on, but we were like, we're gonna go bat off in a fucking bedroom. So we went into the room.
It's weird.
We went in, turned the lights
You
on.
guys are fucking.
We weren't batting off over each
Yeah,
other. We just
yeah.
went to have a fucking wank because we're charged
That's what we
up.
used to do back then.
We went out. We wanted to get the pussy. We didn't. So we left. Oh, we're just gonna have a fucking wank and jizz on the floor or something. So
Together.
yeah, we
Not
just,
gay though.
yeah, not gay, not gay. And,
There's a gay element.
I reckon low key,
Yeah,
low key, we kind of knew these chicks were listening. We kind of thought something would come of it in the old West Coast way. If
Oh,
these
you
two
think that
boys
you
are
could-
wanking, throw it out there, just see if they. Anyway, oi, fucking boy, did it work? Like
There you
me and
go.
Chloe shut the door. Fucking sick of this sausage fest. You get a little knock knock. Who's in there? You fucking know who's in here. Come in. 5 seconds after the fucking door shuts, I'm getting gobbed off by. And then I can fucking hear some chick fucking on Lowy over there. So like it's all fucking go. Like we're both getting gobbed off, you know, like so it worked. Whatever we fucking
It did work.
it worked. And we kind of knew that
You
was
would
gonna
have
happen, so-
telegraphed. You're like, oh, we're just gonna go. And
No,
have
we
a
knew
wank.
they were listening. We knew
Oh,
they looked
yeah,
at and we
yeah,
just were
yeah,
too
yeah.
coy to say anything. So we
Yeah.
said that. And
Yeah.
anyway, so that's on. And like fucking, you know, there was V played lost, like fucking one pump job done.
Yeah.
like,
There you go.
yeah. So anyway,
That's a
I
good
was
story.
so shit at rooting. Like I was the fucking worst. I'd put it in, it was game over.
Huge cock.
I was a prem job. Like, yeah. Massive weapon, but they cannot use it like it's a fucking grenade, right? And like, I fucking no shit. This story gets even better. So like, fucking so like, I was fucking like, I was a one pump job, and like this chick.
For
was-
how long? Like how many times?
Nah,
Like,
the whole relationship with.
oh,
like-
you were with it for a while.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Oh, for like.
I didn't know how it worked. Like it was my first.
Oh no,
run. I
yeah.
just
So
thought
you
that was
were
it.
going steady for a
Yeah,
while.
we're going steady. I was coming over.
Going steady.
She was a fucking. She was an info, and I was not giving it to her the way she needed it.
You were, yeah.
And she was like wanting it, and I was just like
Mhm.
fucking putting it in and going, fuck. Like, and so anyway, like, I didn't know
You'd be
what
like,
was up.
"Fuck,
There
this
was
guy's a one
there was no
pumper."
communication. She was a shit communicator, and I didn't know what way was up. She'd had enough dick to have the chat with me, but she hadn't. And
Right.
cowardly. So
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah.
she fucking cheated on me with some cunt Jordan.
Oh, groom.
No, it wasn't Jordan Groom. It was that Jordan. But
That's the
anyway,
only Jordan I know.
this
yeah.
he's a scrub. He was DMB head, had dreads.
Yeah.
Funniest thing about this is she cheated on me. She wrote me a note saying, "Hey, we need to break up.
Yeah.
You're gonna hear all this shit, but it didn't happen. It wasn't me. Fucking
Ah,
she's going out with the guy now, whatever."
But
yeah. Anyway, so she broke with me. I was all good with it because I was like, "Fuck, I can't to save myself." I get it.
need
Like,
more
I
work.
get it. I was like, "I'm fucking. We're dry humping
do
because
some more
I just
training.
I can't last. Like, I'm like, just ride me with my boxers on because I can't fuck you." You know, like, and I was like, "Maybe you'll bust." Like, you know, at least I'll just sit here and like kind of, you know.
Yeah.
I need
just,
like
just jump on my
I
floppy
need
for a
like
bit.
fucking
Yeah.
4 pairs of jeans on and boxers to last. So just go at it like that, you know. Anyway,
17 condoms.
yeah. So anyway, so she honestly used to fucking ride me and dry up me until she busted. And
Oh,
I'd be like,
yeah.
be like,
Just
okay.
be riding on your nubs
Yeah,
down there,
yeah,
your floppy
I
nubs.
was like, now we'll get down to my boxes and that'll do it, you know. Anyway, she got sick of that quick, cheated on me with this cunt Jordan,
Yeah.
and anyway that went to shit. But one day I was sleeping up at Robbo's after town.
Mm.
Everyone used to go back to Robbo's.
Yeah,
instead
bro.
of
How
a
good was
taxi
it?
home. They wouldn't pay the fucking
Oh.
$10 for a taco, so go back to Robbo's. Yeah, so fucking man. So she cheated on me. Came home. I was sleeping on the couch. I was listening to them fucking fuck next to me and batted off to them fucking. And they were like, oh, it's Wellsy. Oh, fuck. Oh, he's asleep. Oh, no, he's all good. Yeah, right. Let's go. And he was like, yeah, you fucking sexy bitch. Oh, shh, you wake him. And I'm sitting there jacking off, going, yeah, fucking all good. I fucking jacked off to those two cards. And I'm thinking the hell sneaky, and I'm like fucking shooting loads on Robbo's couch. So that's a real dad. And
That's
tell
the
me if
real
I'm wrong,
chat. That's
Jolza.
the real
Tell me if
chat.
I'm wrong, Jolza. That's some
That-
West Coast shit.
It is.
That's
bro.
how shit
It
popped
is.
off back in those days.
It was.
People used to hide in the closet and watch Jolin and his miss, not Jolin, fucking Mullet and his missus. Fuck.
Yeah.
I remember hiding in the bushes behind Adz's, watching him go at it and fucking calling Loey over to hide up in the pungas and watch. And then it was going on for so long that we called fucking Jade to Goldie up, and he walked up from Kororo and it's still going. He got there and we watched. We all wanked in the bush.
Well, Ads obviously had no problems with
Ed,
what's going on here.
Ed did the other problem. He probably couldn't finish.
Oh.
Like, it's just, I walked around from Loey's to fucking Edz's, and you walk up the back door and you're right by his window. And I was like, oh, he's going at it. Oh, fuck.
You
So
go
I went
and
round the
watch.
bush.
Yeah.
I'll go and watch. I didn't go away. I just went and watched.
Oh, mate, I've seen so many things. I've heard so many stories of just peeping Toms. It just was
Yeah, so
it's
me,
the culture.
Loey, and then fucking Goldie all watched Ads peel out, and we all had hands on dicks in the bush. So, like, you want to fucking, like this. We're all grown up now, and that we wouldn't do that now.
No, shit, no. This
Wouldn't
is
watch
just-
you, Root.
This is all just memories. No, you wouldn't want to.
Nah.
You
Nah.
weird mess.
But like at that time and age,
Nah.
at that time and age,
You
it's all,
mean, nah.
that's all curiosity. We're just figuring it out, you know. Like,
Exactly.
and I needed
It's just-
people like Ads to show me where the bar was. It's like the booking, you know. You go back. I didn't know where the bar was, and then
You're
I
like,
see Ads going at it, and I'm like, oh fuck! So you can do more than fucking wear four layers.
I heard a
plus,
story
you know.
about you. Parfit told me this one.
Oh, yeah.
You were going on a surf trip and they picked you up from I think you're on South Shore or
Yeah.
Marine Parade. They picked you up in the morning and you found a porno mag in the back of the car.
Yeah.
Liam told me, or Parfit told me, they turned around, they looked, and you're just jacking off in the back seat.
Probably for a laugh more than anything. Like,
It's
I think
so
that
good.
I think that's stretched out, but I've got a high libido. Like she'll tell you, you know, like fucking morning and night kind of bloke.
Yeah.
So it's cliff jump,
Yeah, yeah.
virginity, jump off. Didgeridoo yarn. Yeah, we've had that. Loey, Phil, bludger. Yeah, so we had that about Loey not asking. Phil fucking said, "You fucking bludger, you can fuck off." Caravan of Courage will cover it off.
Yeah.
You know, back to the whole wanking chat. People be like, "Oh, you fucking shoot a load yet? You got pubes yet?" All that sort of chat. Like there was a whole thing.
Yeah.
You know, back to my fucking South Shore days. Like all these boys had fucking pubes and were shooting loads before me, and I was like, "Oh, I can't do it yet." You know, we can wank, we can't shoot a load.
Jesus, I was early, eh?
Yeah.
See, for me, I'll just quickly jump in and
Yeah,
tell you
yeah.
tell you a little creepy story. So when I was on the old yes,
We're going to do it.
not this one,
Oh.
many stories, but I remember because I was a bit younger than the older boys on the bus, so the bus would go into town every day to go to intermediate, and so the bus would have the high school boys and girls, and then the intermediate boys and girls, and so I'd be in the middle of the bus because there's a picking order on the old school bus, right? All the oldies down the back. And my ears were pricking up on a conversation one day when they were coming back home to Rotomanu. It was like they were talking about whacking off.
Yeah.
I was 10.
Yeah.
I was 10. And so I was listening to this going, what? And they're like, yeah, I jack off and like it lands on my leg and it lands in my ears and it goes all sticky. I was just like, oh, okay, it's weird. That night in the shower, had my first wank. Didn't go very good. Penis blew up real big and like swollen, and I had to go. I don't know. I think I was just too young because I was 10. I was just going like that. I was just going hard, and I was just like, "How does this work?" Because I had a stiffy, and I was just like, "Keep going," and then it blew up real big. It didn't orgasm. It was just like something happened. Something weird happened. Like a pre-orgasm or a pre-cum, but nothing. Didn't feel good. And then I looked down afterwards. My dick had blown up like twice the size and fully red. I had to go tell Mum. I was like, Mum, something's weird. And she's like, oh, you're probably too young. Oh, fuck. 10.
You know what?
Yeah, what?
I was wanking at about 6, mate.
6? Fuck off.
I was
just talking about how you hadn't blown when you're like.
I was having orgasms, bro. I wasn't busting nuts. I was humping my hand in Mount Pleasant, and I was 9 when I moved from Mount.
Did you fill a sack up with styrofoam and?
No, I was just lying on my belly, fucking rubbing it like a fucking clit or something. Like I can remember that, and I can remember
Yeah, you're a
knowing it
high-
was wrong. And
You're a high,
yeah, I can remember knowing.
high energy.
Yeah, yeah.
Me too. And also because of the just those bus days in the Rotomanu, like it really
Come in the
triggered my
cooler, girl. There's a chili bin here.
triggered my what's the word? Not innuendo. What's that word? Shut up, you drone. What is it when you call it libido? That's what I was looking for.
Yeah,
Thanks, mate.
picked it off. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
carry on. You were talking about something. I just jumped in, but anyway, carry on. Carry on the
yeah,
notes.
couldn't shoot a load, couldn't fucking do this, that, and the other. You know, on it goes.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, whole crew of mates.
We don't.
Yeah, yeah, fucking know that. That's why that's why this list exists. Yeah. So yeah. So anyway, there's this bravado. There's a whole B team thing. Second gen, like top team. Always puts the acid on low team.
The Bromleys.
Yeah. Bit of pressure breeds diamonds. You know, you got to put the acid on them. They can't have it too easy, or they'll just get a big head. So anyway, that was the thing. Young cunts rocking up, talking sex stories, this, that, the other, and talking about wanking. Lots of wanking, like and on the coast. No, on the coast. Yeah, you're a teenager. Yes, on the coast. Cunts just wanted to bat off all day, and like there was all this chat about batting off. Like it wasn't even about getting laid or this, that. There was no egos. It was kind of like just I had a real good wank, you know. Like, and that was like fucking high.
Cool.
High
In a
five.
way, it's kind of cool. It's a bit liberating, really, when you think about it. Like
There was no objectification. There was no nothing. It was just like I just
enjoying your
whacked
body.
off. Yeah,
Enjoying your body.
and it was real core, pure sexual orientation. You know,
Yeah, exactly.
It wasn't like
Nothing wrong with
I want
that.
to fuck her and I want to do this to her,
It's
do that.
weird when there's like
It was-
7 dudes in the
It
room.
was- yeah. But you know what? That's even better because like there's fucking 7 dudes in the room. It's cutting through all the social norms, the programmed inhibition, the societal shit that gets put on you. There was a bunch of dudes that could openly have a wank in a circle and watch telly, not give a fuck what either of them thought, because guess what? They're not. There's no inhibition. There's
That's
no.
true. Like you're
and
not worried
they are-
about. Oh, he's worried about me looking at my dick.
Exactly.
Oh,
like
there's
that
no
is-
insecurities.
That's
It's
a,
just
that's a whole
just
fucking
living
thing.
my life.
So like you want to talk
having a
about
wank with my buddies.
you want to talk about societies that have got it right. Greymouth in that era had that shit right because
There we
cunts were
go.
talking about their sexual journeys and orientation.
It was
not-
open. It was
not-
open
You know
slather.
what? And it wasn't about knowing and saying fuck you to the fucking societal norms. It was just a fucking ecosystem that was right.
Which is crazy because a lot of the Greymouth crew were all Catholics, and that is such a
It might have been a safe haven. Boogin might have been their safe
yeah,
haven.
because like the Catholic way is don't talk about that. Don't you dare
well,
do that.
it could have been teen rebellion. Whatever you
I think
want to
that's what
fucking
it is,
call
you
it.
know?
I came in from not
You
having
did
an
paint.
atheist background, you know, atheist fucking background. You know, I come in and I was like, hey, this here is a fucking shit that's got us right. I'm young. I got mates. I'm fucking
And
learning.
you'd already been
about my
jacking
own
off
shit.
since
I've been
6.
jacking off for years and I can okay, so within this, I can benchmark and normalize what's going on. Like you got all this
Yeah,
shit. You
true.
don't fucking know what way's up and you go, oh fuck, I got this, I do that, I fucking takes me this to come, I fucking whatever. You can go, oh, that's crook, that's right, that's wrong, fucking figure out north, south, east, west.
Speaking
Yeah.
of we,
So we've just about tapped out this list. The only other one, which is it's not as potent, like I should have had these in order of like
potency.
potency,
Yeah, like a
right?
crescendo. Up you
Yeah,
go.
yeah. So we've
But let's finish off with this.
so
then.
just
Yeah, we're going to wrap up in a couple of boring questions, but we've got to hit it.
do that.
Cool.
Double the background to me, mate. It's my podcast, right?
We're doubling back. Yeah, we're doubling.
So questions now, or finish off your notes.
Oh, my last note.
Yeah,
mate,
yeah,
like,
good.
Covered
good.
off the Lowy RX7 yarn. We've covered off Joel and drunk my piss on a game of coin abuse.
Well, that was in the Frank episode. That was the Frank
And
episode.
what
but
we
yeah.
haven't covered off, which I
Yeah.
thought was a bit of a negative one, but Joel,
Yes.
how do you feel about being the king of Blaketown, but being absent during the golden era of 95 to 2005? You weren't there, mate.
Wow. I feel
It's
regret.
loaded.
I feel regretted.
But loaded, eh?
It's tough.
I heard Robbo touch on it, and I was like, well, wait
It
a
is
minute,
tough.
'cause I didn't meet you
It is
until years later, but
Yeah.
here you are at the fucking
No, I'll
king
tell you
of the hill.
straight up. It's tough.
Hmm.
You
You were there in the early days?
There in the, not the inception, but like, 90,
You knew everyone. You
95
knew,
to
yeah.
96, and then I
Mhm.
moved away,
Mm.
gone to Gizzy, and did
Mm.
my own little wee
Thing went like a
life up
petri
there.
dish and just bubbled over.
Yeah. And then it was just, but I'd come back in the,
you would come back in the
summer
holidays. Yeah.
I was coming back in the summer holidays, so I got a taste, but I think you're right. I did miss out on heaps, bro. I missed
so
out
much
on
happening,
heaps.
it
Yeah.
bugs me.
It actually hurts.
I
me a
wish
little bit.
I knew you through that era.
Yeah, I know.
I met you at the arse end of this.
I
and
know.
I'm
It's
like,
crazy, eh?
I fucking groupied off you. I met you. I think
Yeah.
we've had this yarn before offline, like how I
Mm.
bunked to go watch Minus Title in the fucking square with Brett.
That's,
And we're like,
we should have.
guy, he's a boogie.
We should have that chat. That's classic.
You know, like,
Yeah.
and fucking, I'd been over surfing with all your boys. I've been in your shit.
And you didn't even know me
I
back
didn't even
then.
fucking know
And
you.
you're like, is he? He's from the
I
coast.
knew you from the coast.
like,
Like,
he's
I'd
from the
heard
coast.
fourth hand. that
Yeah,
fucking, you know,
yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking weird, bro. Honestly, I feel like I've lived.
Fucked, eh?
I feel like I've lived two lives, eh?
Yeah, yeah.
Like a grey mouth life, then a gizzy life, and then the little punk life, and then I'd always come back for holidays, and then I do, bro. I do. I
There's a
feel a
thing
bit
there,
bummed.
There's a
I
thing
feel a
there.
bit bummed.
You're
'Cause
king of the hill now, you know?
No,
King of
wow,
laughs
fuck you
last,
do.
but-
King of the heat. There's like 4 people there.
Mate, it's,
Yeah.
it's
No, but
still
hey,
a-
Fakey's the king. We've got to give it to him, even though he doesn't surf. But it's a weird thing. I call him the champ, the king and the champ. They're two different things.
It's a comp sense, mate. You're the king. Everyone knows it.
Yeah,
you know.
exactly.
Yeah,
But
Rizzo
still-
goes over. You know, he gets you
Hey,
fucking.
Is Rizzo moving over?
Oh, is
I
he?
think he's moving over. He's been sending little wee tendrils of he's going to move to the coast.
Oh, yeah,
Because
well,
I had a good chat with him
probably
actually.
about-
I had a good chat with him. Like me and him we've buried the hatchet because there was a time there, as we all know that
both going to church, eh?
no, but we both know
Blaketown's church.
we both know that there was a period there where Rizzo was too intense.
Hey, blew out your local,
He
mate.
blew out the local, and
Hard.
we all had words, and he probably took it half okay and half like whatever. The ego's probably coming through.
Goes down to that thing. What are you in it for? He was in it for.
He was in it for the
likes.
fucking likes. He was in that Instagram phase where it was like, I just want to get a photo and get as many likes
Just
as I
wanna pick up
can.
spy optics. And
We all
Seventh
know that.
Wave.
I know.
Fuck, I had Seventh Wave tell me you need to be more like Rizzo. I
Oh,
thought,
you
fuck,
would have thought,
I
fuck,
thought,
I'm
fuck-
out.
Fuck your brand.
You would have thought,
Gone, mate.
I'm out. I'm out. But yeah, no, I had a really good surfer for Rizzo a while back, and it was pumping. And he had fucking classic Jolin under my nose, just down the road from my house. It was pumping.
Yeah.
And it was like a combo swell. And I was surfing Blakeos, and like a 1 minute drive from my house was pumping North Beach combo swell.
I don't want
Combo
to
swell.
get into how many times that would have happened.
I
If I lived on the coast, mate,
lazy.
and I produced content, I would have
I'm
been getting
so
fired,
lazy.
mate.
I'm
You
so
guys don't
lazy.
even know Westies, mate. I reckon I've
so
got Westies
lazy.
more dialed than you cunts.
Are you ever gonna? Because like because you had that little summer living there, kind of, right?
Yeah.
Do you think you'll ever?
It wasn't a
there-
summer.
there
I
was
was
stuff over
on the
there?
coast for fucking years. And to be honest, I tried to talk Lauren into going there
Yeah.
at some point. but
Yeah.
she wouldn't have it. It's big. She loves big cities. And that that tipped up and we're
Yeah.
done there. But I had thought for a long period of time that that's where I want to end up on
Yeah.
the coast.
Yeah. Still now? Like still now?
Now I want to retire in Wanaka.
Yeah, so-
Get boating, and I
Yep.
can nip over to Haast and
Yep.
get that coast vibe.
Yeah.
So I want to be in Wanaka. That's where we're
Good
gonna
vibe,
retire.
though. Good place to settle up.
You wanna
Yeah, I always thought
get
of
in
it.
there, Gil. Get in the mix.
I always thought about that, Wellesley, like because
Yeah.
that was like for
Yeah.
me
Yeah.
the best
Yeah.
years of my life.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I know, but it's too small a pool. Like I just wear thin of it. And
That's what happened to me too. Like I'd done nearly 10 years there.
Yeah.
All up, like nearly 10 years there, and I was like,
Mm.
I'm pretty ready, like come back over the hill.
you can carve it out. Like I think if I found a job over there, I could climb to the top of that rung pretty
Yeah,
quickly.
yeah.
And do that, but it's limited, right? And
Yeah.
the bigger the city, the more opportunity there is, and yeah. But anyway, I think I'll max out my time in Christchurch, and then
Yeah.
I'll probably 10 years from now I'll look to make my way to Wanaka.
I just want to jump back and talk about me. And
Yes.
nah,
Go on, answer that though. That's a massive question, and I almost didn't ask it
Do you
because I
know
heard
that-
it's got a bit of negative shit around it, but
but
needs to be said. It's
wanna-
a massive question.
but also, did you even know that that's called a pat face? Do you know what a pat face is? Do you know that's called a pet face? That was a grey mouth thing for a while. Brett. I know, but that's actually, isn't that crazy? That's been a thing. And one night, Brad Larkin and Frank Robinson bullied me so hard in the pub one night at Revy's. They pet faced me for about 2 hours straight. Like they just come up to me and go like that. And the first 10 times was okay. And then after 50 to 60 pet faces, I broke down and cried on the bar. I actually broke down and cried because I felt so bullied from the pet faces. Can I give you one? There we go.
That's all right.
Yeah.
But I would imagine 60 would give you dry lips.
But anyway, I want to jump back
Yeah, you can't.
because back to what you said before about Jolza missing out on Golden Zone.
Yeah, golden near.
Yeah.
I can't wait to fucking throw this book out. I've been driving fucking 18 months. You cunts took your sweet time getting to this fucking potty, mate.
We're all busy. We're all busy. We had to wait till the big 5-0.
You go on about you, but I reckon
Always
I want to know the real on this. Like I should have been the first cab off the rank.
You should have been. Yeah. But hey, listen, I wanted to jump in and talk about that thing we just talked about before, which was what I love about my friends back home is that they still pull me out. Like just recently, Goldie said to me, because I said to him, oh, next year it'll be 2 decades since I moved back. And he said, you still won't be a local. How good's that? I just fucking laughed, shook my head. I was like, you're a good cunt, eh? You're a good cunt. I love that.
That's not right because you were born there, so you can't say that. You know, shut up.
You're not a local, mate. You got to have 2 generations there, eh? Eddie's got to have kids there before you're a local.
Well, actually, in this, hang on. In this boat, we've
that
got
one
2
season in Gizzy, mate, you're fucked. You're
it.
written off.
Fucked it. Yeah. But in this boat, we've got 2 honorary locals.
We got one.
No, I got no.
Fuck off.
I
haven't heard it. Was that on
bequeathed.
money?
I was bequeathed.
What? Who's that? Joel and you on a potty?
Yeah.
Oh,
I got the bequeathed. Yeah. Hang on. Whoa. Fuck. Who's done more time at Blakehouse?
In the surf, probably me.
Oh. That's I'd
Let's
love
talk about meeting full time, eh? Let's talk about
meeting full time.
Who's that bit away?
Oh, hang on.
Fuck. Mate, I'll tell you what. She's seen it. I've listened to that fucking body where I get the honorary local 2 or 3 times.
It's a good feeling though, right? Isn't it? It's a good feeling.
It's nice to know that you know all that graft I put in and all those fucking years. Just And the only other thing I had in there was a bullshit yarn. Do you remember Kyra? Do you remember her?
Of course, I remember Kyra.
Massive jugs, eh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So the yarns, like the shit talk that used to happen down there, fucking tip, like gossip, mate. You could fuck someone one night, and the next day, the whole
town would know.
Whole town would know. Yeah. You'd wake up at 8 and cunts would be like,
"Hey, about
it." Yeah. So one day I went to check the surf real early, right? So Kyra was a known entity, like she'd put out. You just say, "Hey," and you'd be on.
Yes.
Right.
I may have hooked up with her first and second base at a Go for Gold prize giving.
Massively, right? And I'd actually thought, that's I want a bit of that. And anyway, and then I thought, actually, this place is so fucked. I was like, I want to fuck around with this like social experiment shit. I was like, I want to see if I say I fucked Kyra, I want to see what happens. So I went down the tip and I checked the surf because I would be the guy. So Johnny and fucking Mel would sleep in. Yeah. And I'd wake up at like 6. I'm wired, and I'd be like, fucking.
Straight to the beach.
Yeah, down there. I'd do the surf checks for them every day. Come back, detailed. It's fucking 3 to 4 foot. It's kind of cross chopping.
Mid-tide. Chris Martin detail.
Yeah.
14 second period.
Spectrum detail. Right?
Northeast wind, 7 knots.
Yeah. And Marty, I did a season at Marty's house. I was staying with the Martins. Glenda and we want to talk about the Royal Hotel in Glenda, right? That's why the Harrises. We want to talk about that.
That's another chat.
Leave that to someone else to touch on.
Wellsy 2.0. We'll do that next time.
So anyway, was staying there for a bit, but whatever. I thought, fuck. I was like, this place. I want to see how fucking
Test it out.
I want to see how cooked the fucking gossip. Man, have you got a brightness thing on that? That light is burning you.
Oh, it's gonna be terrible to watch.
You almost look like a ghost, fucking hot Joe. Come forward, sit forward, mate. There.
Too late now. We're fucking 2.5 hours sleep. He's 2.5 hours deep.
Yeah.
Sleep.
But anyway,
Edit that out.
there you go. That's fucking look at him. He's like
2.5 hours sleep.
Yeah. Fucking hell, that's about what I'll get
I'm
tonight
cooked.
after a couple of tins.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was like, I'm gonna have a fucking wee play with this fucking scene here. I'm gonna tell a lie.
Yeah.
See what these cunts get up to. So I came back and I said to fucking, Johnny and Mo, they're like, what was the surf like? I was like, I'd taken their bike and I was like, oh fuck, this shit, Southeast cross chop, fucked up. But I was like, when I was biking down there, I seen Kyra and she said to me, she's like, what are you up to? I said, oh, not much, just checking the surf, And then I said, fuck yeah, you're looking good today. And she said, oh, you buy me a pie and a Coke and I'll fuck you in the tip. And I said, yeah. So I said, I biked into Blaketown, got her
to the fucking shop.
Said I biked out to the dairy. I came back. I got her a pie and a Coke, and I fucked her in the tippy. And I said, best route of my life.
And they would have sold that.
And that fucking shit got round, just like your dog dick chat. And fucking did the yards. And cunts were like, oh, you fucked Kyra for a pie and a Coke. And I was like,
I actually thought that story was true until this moment. I've heard the story. Oh my god.
And cunts were fucking coming at me going, oh, you bad Kyra, did you dirty dog? And I was like, yeah, pie and a Coke, bruv. Like,
I wonder, it would have gone back to her and she'd be like, what the fuck? She'd be thinking, what the fuck? She'd probably be like, I'll let it slide.
Yeah,
probably something I would have done.
Pie and a Coke. Oh, fuck. And that shit popped off. I was getting high fives and cunts were like, hey, fucking, yeah, to go and Kyra. How good is it? Fucking those titties. And I was just like, fuck you, cunts for fucking stitch up.
Amazing.
Yeah, fuck. Yeah. Oh, cunts got out of hand with that dog dick shit on you, though. Like, you got a hairy ass dick, but like fucking.
Excuse me, you know that yours has a few tendrils of hairs going up the shaft. You've said it to me that it exists.
Right. I think we're all old enough now to wipe this slate clean, right? So this.
Here we go.
Jolin.
Is this the dog dick?
Yeah, I'm gonna undo. I birthed the dog dick, right? And
you or Dylan Russ?
No, it was me.
It was you, eh?
Hard out, me.
Yeah.
Dylan
Russ took it.
He took it and run with it.
Yeah, he did.
Run with it. But that's the thing about a good yarn, right? Don't let the truth get in the way of it. Let it go.
Yeah.
Right. I kicked that shit off and I told 1,000
Now,
people.
the inception was, remember, we went for a drive. And do you remember this was the inception?
Nah, I don't even remember the inception. I just remember thinking, I'm going to make people think you got a fucked up dick.
But this is probably where it came from.
Yeah.
Because we went for a drive to check the surf. You had that black fucking Sylvia or whatever it was, Toyota.
Yeah.
And I remember you were like going for a fucking
drifty boy.
Drifty around the Cobden Bridge. And I pulled my dick out, as you do, and I was picking off the hairs down the shaft because, I was starting to get those little hairs, And I think that's where it came from because after that, I started hearing all these things like I'm the dog dick. And I was like, I don't understand where this is coming from.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Was that maybe the inception?
I don't know. I can't answer if that was the inception. All I remember
where did it come into your brain?
I remember thinking, I'm going to make out that you've got the most fucked
Hilarious
going on.
I reckon it's from that. You forgot that.
And like I'd seen some shit about those Mexican hairy kids, like fucking full hair.
The wolf faces.
She's as hairy
wolf
fucking
faces.
Yeah, she's as hairy as a day is long, mate. Like, you want to have a fucking
as a day is long.
Show these boys your arms. Come, pull it out. Go.
They can't see on the camera.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about these boys. Fucking fuck the viewers.
Oh, yeah.
Gives a wee peek.
Show us your welcome, Matt.
Go on. Yeah. Anyway, like I remember thinking.
So you started spreading the rumor, and you've already been well established at rumors by now.
Fucking I knew that they worked because of the Kyra thing. And I was like, fuck, I can fucking get some legs out of this. So I spun it heaps of ways. I was right in the nucleus of the scene, so it just went off out. It
just went
10 ways to Sunday, every which way. And like then the best part about it for me was
Came
like
back full circle.
8 fucking years later, like almost a decade later, you're fucking in my ear going, "Hey, heard that one you fucking said? Got to hear your dick." I was like, "When?" Last week. I was like, "Fuck!" I was like, "That cunt's been live for how long?"
Wow.
Like, and there was a period that, like,
That's a long time.
5 years prior to you coming to me saying that, there was a period where every cunt was like,
talking
"Fuck
about
yeah."
it. Have you
Coming
heard
to me
about
going-
Jolin's dick?
going, "Oi, fuck, here is Jolin's dick. Tell us about this." And I'm like, "Mate, it goes right up the tip. You know the way dogs have that fucking bit at the end that's all matted together and twisted, and they piss and it gets yellow with pus." I was like, "Jolin's dick is like a dog's dick." I said, like, his dick finishes and there's 2 inches of hair. And I'd been telling cunts that yarn. I'd told it till it fucking, I lost my voice.
You know, maybe that's why I didn't really pick up any chicks in Greymouth for a very long time, eh? For a long time.
I just wanted that to get massive legs, you know? Like,
And it came to a head at your wedding, eh?
yeah.
That was awkward.
Yeah.
Sorry
Yeah.
for all the nanas that were there.
Yeah, man. Oh, fuck. My wedding was a treat too, eh? Like,
Oh
fucking get up, grandma and shit looking at you, and you're like, "Hey, is this thing on?" "Yeah." "I don't have a dog's dick." Like, fucking, like,
Did you know that's what I said?
yeah.
Oh my
It
God.
opened with that. Like,
So one of the best men at the groomsmen, sorry,
100 people at that wedding, mate.
and I was fucking full head of steam.
Yeah.
I was quite pissed already.
That was a massive.
And also made the faux pas of playing the wrong song at the fucking thing. But anyway, I recorrected.
Divorce.
Recorrected. I know. Oh, that's fucked. We haven't even talked about that.
Mm.
Yeah. Because I played a song called Children of the Divorce.
Oh.
And I thought that was what they wanted. I didn't think. What I did was I just played the catchiest tune because they just said to me, "We love this album, just play anything from this album." I was like, "I love the song," and then they both turned around and looked at me and go, "Not that song," and I was like, "Oh fuck!" Quickly changed the song to a new, and then went into a different song, and then the official fucking wedding speeches, I get up. I'm like 3/4 drunk, I reckon. I get up and I'm like, "Yeah, is this thing on?" Everyone, yeah, my name's Jolin. I just wanted to clear the air. I do not have a dog dick. It was deathly silent. Silence.
Yeah.
I rallied though. I come back.
That. So
What a start of a speech.
I want to touch on some shit, and like, fuck, there's probably, yeah. Oh yeah, totally. I tried to set Jolin and my current missus who's behind the screen over here up,
True.
just because I wanted to get a line on how she goes. I want to hear how she goes. I'd always been curious. I've met her a few years prior, and I'm like, "You got to fuck this chick so I can dream more," like. But whatever, like that.
Isn't it crazy how that didn't eventuate and this did?
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's fucking cool.
That's cool.
Yeah. Even like.
You're tripping.
Spit it out,
It's fine,
mate. You fucking.
It's fine.
It's 10:06, mate.
This
Hold
is
it together.
at least.
Yeah. So what I want to cap off though.
Let's finish it up. Let's wrap it up.
Okay. So like, he's got a couple of
Oh,
questions.
sorry. Finish up.
This shit can go.
This is going to be a
on,
3 hour.
like,
Yeah.
Great.
I'm
all
love
about
this
that,
shit.
right?
I love this shit.
But yeah,
Hey, if you're still listening, well done, team. I love you.
hats off to you,
I
mate.
love you.
We're all about us right here. We're not thinking about you, hey?
Finish up with.
Anyway, right?
Yeah.
So the isolated was great. I reckon my wedding was like the fucking 4th or 5th isolated, right?
Yeah.
It was the ultimate crew get together.
Oh,
After that, fucking scene fizzled, man. Like, who the fuck was left? Like that was the last. Get all those guys, North Island,
what a
South Island.
great crew.
They came down, they turned up.
Mm.
I fucking loved that. I
Yeah.
was so proud of who showed up, and that meant a fucking lot to me. Like,
Yeah, it was a
forget
cool night.
that it was a failed marriage, guys. Like, I'm very, very stoked you showed up.
Yeah, that's
Mm.
nice.
Big hats off to you. Love
Shout-
you,
shout out,
Dunk,
crew.
Sammy P.
Right, questions
Liam,
time.
all
Good
of you
vibe. I
guys.
like that. Wellesley.
Love you guys.
Yeah, that's cool. That's what it's about, mate.
Fucking oath. Yeah. Couple of moths in here. Eh? We've got these lights drawing in the moths.
Right.
Big moth.
Well,
He's got
well,
his
this
fucking,
has
he's
been-
got his notes out. He's
this
got,
has been
looks like
fucking
a Word
just-
document.
yeah, because like it's been years in the making.
Yeah,
been years in the
fucking
making.
You're telling me, mate. I've been sitting here with this,
And that
stupid
notepad,
fucking
that
notebook.
notepad is legendary.
I throw one of them out every fucking 2 months. That can't sit in the door. And I
Yeah.
just keep the back page open for when you guys put out a podcast worth listening to. I listen to it, and then I go, okay, that's wrong. That's right. What about this? There's this been? Has that not? Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
mate. So we always do this with our guests.
Yeah.
And I think it's really special that we've done our 50th with you. We've
Thank
built up
you.
to it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Would have liked to be in the first, but
Oh,
you know, good things take time.
Good things take time, and it honestly wouldn't have been as good. I think working up to the 50th was awesome.
First potty in a boat, mate. You honed your skills.
Oh,
you know,
mate,
like
we're in the jet boat.
Yeah.
We're in the 450 horsepower bloody jet
fucking
boat.
Toot. Yeah.
You babe. Right. So, always do it with our guests to wrap up. Mate, what's your heaviest experience ever in the water?
Funny on this, it harks back to the coast. So my worst wipeout was, if you want to talk about worst wipeouts for like injuries, it wasn't here, but this was my most frightening wipeout.
Yeah.
Was at Cobden. I'd gone on a surf trip with Nick Selby. I was about 16. We went out there, proper cobbos, like it was 6 foot plus. I was sitting way further out than everybody because I was too scared to catch any waves. The wave of the day came through. Everyone hooted who was on the inside. Had to go. Like, my peers were like, fucking go. And it was one of those slow motion ones that just looms up.
Big cobbos,
They had so much time to call me in.
Yeah.
And if I didn't go it, there was no denying I was a pussy.
Yeah.
So, paddle, acid drop, fucking into the drink, snap my leash, fucking like, felt like I was at Maui, right? Like, fucking in my head.
Yeah, but
I was
makes
at
sense.
Jaws.
But like proper cobbos. I know what you're talking about.
No shit. Like,
Yeah.
you want to go back? It was 6 foot, right?
Yeah.
At the time, I was coming from Brighton. It was my fucking first trip anywhere. Like, it felt huge. Anyway, so snap my leash, swim, bang my head on the bottom, and I was about to run out of air when I banged my head on the bottom. So swim up, start to get fucking like flashbacks through my head of like, boy dies at Cobden, newspaper headline.
Whoa.
I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
Start self-talking myself into like, I'm gonna die here.
Yeah.
This is, am I ready for this? I proper banged my head on the bottom. I was frantically paddling down, and I'd bang my head hard enough to fucking do my head in. Yeah, like I'd done it a doozy, like I did my deck at the bottom.
Yeah. So
swim up, going, starting to black out, starting to tell myself stories. I'm gonna die. Make your bones with it.
Yeah.
Pop up, get a breath of air, look around, see people. I'm further in than my fucking board.
Yeah.
Right. So my board's further out than me.
Yeah.
And I've got to paddle out to get my board.
Yeah.
Get on my board. I'm so rattled. I start paddling out. And then I realize, fuck, there's a set coming. And I turn around, I bomb one in, climb up the rocks because I don't even want to go to the beach. I just want to get out of there. I'm shitting bricks.
Yeah.
And the fucking guy said, oh, mate, it was fucking hectic on the rocks. And I was like, yeah, it was pretty gnarly, eh? And I was just wigged out. Like, acid dropped in the pit, just straight down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a heavy one.
Yeah.
It was behind the tip. It was past the head of the tip.
Yeah.
And it was a full picture, and I'd on top to bottom.
Yeah. It's a special wave, man, when it's doing that, eh?
It was heaving, and everyone was on the inside of the tip, catching ones towards the tip, and I'd gone past the end, and I'd drifted out a bit, and a bomb came, and I was right in everyone's line.
Yeah.
And I had to do it.
Yeah.
And I did it, and it fucked me up.
Yeah, that's scary, man. It'll fuck you up.
Fucked me up.
Yeah. Okay.
Rattled me.
Sick. What's your best wave ever?
Can't call it, man. Like, fuck.
Or like most memorable session, or
Yeah.
just something that's just blowing your mind.
There's a few, right? So at the rivers and some of our local fucking rivers here, like I've had some pretty good sessions, like just back to back pipes, perfect, whatever you want, spinning, 2 bits, whatever. But I can remember most memorable was probably when you're younger. I remember going to Raro with Liam, surfing socials, thinking I was a certain type of shit. I was always hard on myself about how I surfed. And I went over, I thought I couldn't go left because of the whole Blaketown psyche. Like, I go right for fucking 2 years on the trial. I prefer going right. Went over to socials. First session, surf for like 5-6 hours on socials as a left. And I did 2 or 3 air forwards. And I'd never done an air forward in my life on a left. and I'd never done fucking air forwards outright.
Yeah.
And I was ripping, and I thought, oh, fuck, it's just about the waves I've been surfing.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah.
and that was a real big up for me.
Yeah.
So that was a real memorable one, informative one.
Then that's a long time ago. You just sucked that out of your memory. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like there's those
That
sessions.
was 2005, 2002, something like that.
Yeah.
Long time ago. There was sessions at dinners and stallions that were quite iconic.
Oh
I
my
thought-
God, those
thought
I'm gonna
stallions
splice
is
in
pretty
those
good.
stallions photos.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've had
You
a
gotta
lot-
send me some of those ones.
I've had a lot of stallions days. You guys dragged it up with the whole rhino dick pic thing.
Yeah.
And
So good.
I'd had better days with Cody.
Yeah.
And I'd had bigger days with Guardian Ghosts. I'd had there's some shit pics floating around of like a good 8 to 10 foot day. And me backdrawing one that it was like you sit out the fucking 15 footers and pick off a 10 footer. You know, like, there was some real fucked up shit going on, and we were just out there trying to make memories, but I didn't want to be there.
That's when you hit your fucking straps, mate. Like,
I was in my straps. I didn't actually enjoy it. Like I did it for the cameras. I wanted to make a name for myself, but I actually would take 3 shits on the beach before I'd go out, and I genuinely like if I got a wave, like I was like, did you fucking get that? Because I don't want to cry right now. You know, I was actually like, talk about doing it for the right reasons, fucking wrong reasons, but
yeah, man, awesome. And to wrap up, top 5 New Zealand boogers.
Yeah, New Zealand boogers, right? So, it's a real hard one. I got to trace
notes, mate. Good questions.
I've got to rack my brain for actually who's a New Zealand booger, right? Because there's
past and present.
Yeah. No. It's only past, right? Because our scene is post,
present,
right?
pretty cooked.
Yeah. So I want to go, and then it's how you look at it. Like I've always had unconventional bests. It's not in a competition sense. Like, you know, I've loved some really weird boogers. It's my favorite boogers. You know. Yeah.
Tell us.
Yeah. So I would say
5th to 1st or 1st to 5th.
You want to go right to the top?
No, 5th.
That 5th to 1st.
Yeah, I can't.
I
don't know if I can do that because I've got to say the 5, and then the one that comes to mind.
Do you?
Okay, yeah, I'll do me. So everybody says Smitty, right? But I'll probably put him at 2 because he's got like a fucking bandwidth of that. You know, he's a small bandwidth dude. So when Smitty's on, Smitty's the best, and there's no fucking
denying that,
right? Yeah. Hands down. But overall, best ads.
Right? Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
So I'm going to put ads in the hot seat.
That's
so ads is the most natural talent.
That's awesome.
So the bloke, he's just got it, and he's smooth, and he's got a unique style, right?
He does.
Yeah.
Bro, I got to tell you, like, I was going to say it before, but we were just in such a good flow. The best surfing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
And I've surfed with proper pros in Raro, in Portugal and Brazil. I've never seen anybody surf better ever. It was like 4 to 6 foot that weekend that you missed out the back of Blaketown. You were on the tip of Addison that weekend, remember?
Yeah.
And it was 4 to 6 foot, proper, like, massive wedges, like off the end of the tip, howling off it all weekend. He put on a fucking
clinic. Yeah. I actually,
the biggest pipes I've ever seen Blaketown.
Yeah. Robbo was saying about like long term, he was out the back, low tide, Blakeo's, Jolza, fucking Jai, blah blah blah.
Yeah,
like
I
that
remember
session.
that surf,
Like there's this shit. There's been some iconic sessions over the years, but fucking all that aside, like Adam just has it, and like Kiwis, we suck compared to like I've surfed with some pros and they fucking proper have it. But Adam's just got this real unique style. His bottom turn, silky smooth. It's all in his bottom turn.
Yeah,
that guy goes to the bottom of the wave and goes up, whereas some guys might go down middle of the wave, drop down low, whatever. He utilizes the whole face of the wave, and that's the thing when you're getting that last 3-4% of what people's capacity is that utilization of the whole wave. That's a thing that the real pros have. You want to look at Hardy, Dully, whatever, like. Tops, they use the fucking every inch of that face to get every bit of speed, and that bloke is hugely efficient. So hats off to you, Adam, mate.
Nice.
Hope that fucking jib's working out for you, mate. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
I don't even think he listens. So anyway,
Yeah. He probably doesn't, mate. Like,
We'll
so
see,
three
we'll
more. So you got Smitty in there. That's good. Duncan Smith
see.
is probably the most current ripper. Like,
Yes.
so that guy, you want to go, like, if you went on a 10-day trip anywhere in multiple kind of waves, slabs, fucking points, whatever, that guy'd come out on top right now. You know, he's better than most. There's a few guys I don't know. I can't speak for Steve Fortune and Blair Dowman. They're up north. They seem to be keeping it alive. They're not in this 5, right? But those guys are still doing the do.
It's good. Good call. Good call.
Yeah. So hats off to you, North Island fuckwits. Hey, you got.
We gave you so much shit and
Mate, I'll tell you what, anything north of Picton isn't a thing, eh? Right, may as well be the Pacific Island bookers, eh? Fucking hell. You can't need to saw your shit out of me.
All the North Island crew are like,
we're-
fuck off.
We had 95 to 2005.
Fortunatus fucking complex.
Yeah.
It'll get so much worse.
You'll be laughing.
Yeah. Nah. Hey, I tell you what, fucking Fortune, mate. I need to surf Yamba with you. I've seen you. You're out there. You're doing the right things. You're getting the right waves. But guess what? You're not fucking capturing them on clips, mate. No cunts knows it happened. Yeah, no one knows it happened.
He's got a few clips. He's got a few clips.
Yeah. Not enough though, mate. It hasn't cemented in my brain. Yeah. So yeah, skip that. So we've got ads there. We've got fucking Smitty there. Froey.
Yeah,
I want to say
surely.
Froey when he was on was
Surely.
on. Got 2 spots left. I don't know who to put in there really. I'm not gonna do the cliched shit like fucking Hamish Brace and Fag Brace and all those guys because I fucking never saw that. Lowy was a good competitor. Who do I like to watch booging from New Zealand? It's a hard one, man.
Yeah.
It's a
5 is a
hard
lot
one.
to choose, eh?
Yeah, top 5's very hard in New Zealand when you got about fucking 10 bugs. Oh, Dave Goose, right? Dave Goose is in there.
North Island Goose.
Loved the North Island Goose.
He had a great
so-
style.
Oh no, I put Dunk Smith in there, eh? So
Yeah, so that's 3.
yeah. So yeah, one left.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh no.
Hodjo.
Nah. It's harking back like so I'm talking like I'm splitting hairs here. I'm talking about iconic guys that you watched and you just knew they ripped. I'm not talking about comp results and like
No, yeah.
the last one's a real fucking shit one because he's fucking host is Hemi Holden, mate.
Yeah, rest in
Yeah.
peace.
So that bloke, you want to talk on the Dave Goose vibe? Dave Goose, Hemi Holden, they could fucking bounce back and forth to him, 4th and 5th. Hemi, mate, that guy could pop an ear rev when we're all in nappies, right? Like, so his ear revs, mate, like we were fucking wanking on about ARSs. The dude's doing a creaked up cross leg ear rev, all goods.
Yeah.
You know, like no biggie.
Yeah.
And here we are still fucking wanking on about ARSs, and we're not even, the guy didn't even get the credit he's due because he's that far fucking good, you know?
Yeah, I met him that summer when he was with Jai. Remember the story I told? And like, I didn't know who he was. I knew he was Hemi. I didn't know he was Hemi Holden because I knew the name from way back in the day, right?
That's the most fucking ganged out fucking V8. Fucking
Yeah.
name,
Oh yeah. It's far. That's proper far north name. You know what I mean?
That's
And
shit.
he was such a nice guy, so chill. So it actually reminded me of Liam Shapcott a bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That
mellow vibe.
mellow vibe.
Yeah.
Just confident in himself.
Yeah.
And I remember like it was that summer we were just surfing boardies all summer. And I didn't know he booked. He was just filming dry the whole summer.
Yeah.
And it was like a pumping day at Blaketown. We're out down there for a lunchy. And he's like, oh, I might go out for a bit of a paddle. And I was like, oh yeah. And I was like giving him, do you remember this? I was such a fucking kook because I don't know who he was. Like, you just, jump off the rock there, go out, go out the rip, and like just sit on the peak and you'll get a good
He's
one.
thinking like,
And then,
fuck
yeah,
yeah,
he's like,
was there 20 years ago.
He's so nice. He's just like, oh yeah, no, I'll do that, cool. And then fucking, and like he paddles out and he just sits there and he's just in his boardies. It was that warm, like we had a marine heat wave.
Yeah.
Sitting there in his boardies and like I'm walking down the tip to paddle out. He takes off and he just like it's like just pure poetry in motion. bottom turn, massive punt invert.
Yeah.
And I just paddled out. I was like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
You didn't tell me you rip. You
Yeah,
know, like
he was a ripper, dude. Like, and he's always been a natural. Like, there was other young proteges. Like, Saggy was the fucking man. Simon Sackgrove was a fucking ripper.
Taranaki, eh?
Yeah, Naki. But like, there was a few like that coming up in his era. But him's just like had it right. Like Saggy was on and off, and yeah.
Cool. Yeah, rest in
Yeah,
peace.
no, that's so like that's it for unique bugs and ones that I like.
Nice.
I've got some weird taste.
That's good. All right, let's wrap it up. Thanks, bro. That's probably like a 3.5 hour marathon. How
Big
good.
one, eh? Big
How
one.
good.
Yeah, we could have gone on. There's so much we didn't touch on.
Next
Yeah,
time, bro. Next
yeah,
time.
Yeah. We're getting to a point now. There's so many fucking beetles and moths and shit flying around here. Heaps of them.
Moths.
Fucking what's that coming over there? Eh?
It's a hoo-hoo.
Yeah, it's proper. We get them fucking hoo-hoos in.
Righto, team. Thanks for listening. Peace out.
Yep.
See you.
Later. See you.
Psst, psst.
Ba 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 ba.